Liberia. This is the first corruption case. The judge is asking the sheriff to question the jury foreman whether they have returned with a verdict. A verdict is what Liberians are waiting to hear. We will be bringing you updates from within the court. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not play charges. The government of Liberia has said they are going to win this case. The defense have said the government has what is known as a paper or a cartoon case. The jurors have returned from the room of deliberation. We can tell you that for sure. The jurors would have looked at evidence produced, eyewitnesses' testimonies, arguments from both prosecution and defense. So their verdict has been presented to the judge. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic landmark case. This is a precedent case. These 5 defendants are going to learn their fate. Acquitted on all charges, guilty on all charges, or guilty some charges. We will bring you all of what is happening. So what you need to know, folks, is that these defendants, the jury have said they have arrived at a verdict. The jury has informed the judge that they have arrived at a verdict. That is the breaking news as we speak. The jury has informed Judge Usman Fakai that they have arrived or they have reached a verdict. Time here is 6 minutes after 6. Let us know the quality of the audio. Please do that as we await what the verdict will be. This case has lingered on for 4 months, 1 week. Folks, the jury informing Judge Usman Fakai that they've reached a verdict. That verdict is what we're waiting to hear. The judge has asked them if the verdict contained is actually their verdict, to make sure that this comes from the deliberation room. So the judge is asking them whether this verdict is their verdict. We will give you what the response is. 11 a.m., these final arguments began. At about 3 p.m. thereabout, the judge gave the jurors their charge. They returned about 7 minutes ago. We are waiting for updates. Radios all across the country carry this live broadcast. Phone screens and television screens in and out of Liberia carrying this particular broadcast. This is a defining day. This is Friday the 8th. Not Friday the 13th, but Friday the 8th. Keep letting us know the quality of the audio. I know you don't want to miss anything. The penalties are hefty. 10 to 20 years on different counts. Restitution, mandatory restitution, fines on different counts. The defense asked the jurors to acquit on all charges, stating that the government had no concrete evidence. The government couldn't point to anywhere that the money went to. The government couldn't produce a piece of footage, anything whatsoever. The government couldn't establish personal enrichment whatsoever. The prosecution said, jail them, find them guilty on all charges. hand down a guilty verdict on all charges because $6.2 million could have bought a lot of DNA machines. $6.2 million could have helped to improve the healthcare system in the country. They showed no individual who benefited from the money whatsoever. If they acted on presidential orders as stated, presidential orders according to the Supreme Court, when they are bad, you have the right to resign and not carry out those orders. Both sides of the divide, hearts are pounding, ears are itching to hear. The deafening quiet in the courtroom speaks to the intensity in the air. Samuel Twe, Councillor Yanti Twan, Stanley Ford, and the rest. Their fate hangs in the balance. Jefferson Kamor and the rest. Moses Cooper making up 5. So the judges, we've been informed that the judge is working on something on the records. So after which the clerk then will hear from the jury if they agree to the verdict. So Judge Usman Fakai is said to be writing something in the records of the court. He's working on something in the records of the court, and after which the clerk will hear from the jury if they all agreed to the verdict. So folks, the gavel again has been hit. We are waiting for more updates. I can hear the sound from as far as I am. That tells you the courtroom is really quiet. The sun is setting on Capitol Hill. It's the sun setting on Samuel Twe and the rest legal battles. It's the sun setting on this very, very landmark corruption case in Liberia. Supporters of Mr. Twe and the rest are scattered all about. We are waiting for more updates from the court, but the key question here is guilty or not guilty. The jury have said they have arrived at guilty or not guilty. That is the question. Let's see if we can get more updates. The courtroom is packed to capacity. Very, very packed to capacity. The LNP making sure the immediate area leading to the entry of the courtroom is well protected. There we see 106 following his boss, 102, making his way back into the courtroom. So they are reading the verdict, folks. The verdict is being read. The verdict is being read. These are separate charges. These are separate charges. So there will be separate verdicts for each. Folks, we can hear the reading ongoing. So what we can tell you is the jury has reached a verdict. That's a fact. The jury again were asked whether the verdict is their verdict, and they said yes in the affirmative. So now the verdict is being read, and we're trying to get for you who's reading the verdict. So hold on for a minute as we try to give you that information. Information is filtering in. This is a fluid situation as we speak. Hearts in mouth moment. The assistant clerk of Criminal Code C is reading the verdict in there. So the jury presenting their verdict to the court. The assistant clerk of court here at Criminal Code C is the one reading the verdict. Years are sharpened there in Criminal Code C. Hearts are pounding. This is a landmark case. This is a precedent case. 6.2 million United States dollars if we do all of the conversion in United States dollars, in how the transfers were made. 1.05 billion Liberian dollars and 500,000 United States dollars. Those are the figures of concern. 1.05 billion Liberian dollars and 500,000. We are waiting for the next update. So let us know the quality of the audio. Please do that. Just keep letting us know the quality of the audio. Thank you for your comments. We are awaiting next update from the courtroom. So the verdict is being read by the assistant clerk of court. The jury returned with their verdict. You can hear the gavel being hit again. Keep following this live podcast as we try to do our best. We are not allowed inside the courtroom, that's for sure. But what we can do is we can bring you live updates from within the courtroom, the jury returning with their verdicts, and we will bring you real-time updates. So the verdict is still being read in Criminal Court C, presided over by Judge Usman Fakai. Councillor Yanti Twine, former acting Minister of Justice, former Solicitor General, Republic of Liberia, has been found guilty by the whole jury for the offense of theft of property. Updates are coming in slow. We have to bring you the information, even though we want to break the news to you in real time, but we have to make sure we give you the proper information. So bear with us, keep sharing the live. We're not going anywhere. We'll remain right here. The officers of the Liberian National Police present here. They forming their shield wall, and they position right before the entrance of the court, and there is another contingent just on my right. So what we've been informed of is they are mentioning the names of the defendants one at a time. So for theft of property, Councillor Yanti Twine has been found guilty by the jury. So Stanley Ford, they are currently now on Stanley Ford. Bring the update. Stanley Ford has been found guilty of theft of property as well. The former head of the Financial Intelligence Agency, Stanley Ford, has been found guilty by the jury. 2 down, 3 to go on the charge of theft of property.
Already known. 3 to go. 5 of the 2 persons have been found guilty. Please share.
This is another breaking news. Stanley Ford has been found guilty for theft of property.
Financial intelligence unit. He has been found guilty. So among 5
theft of property
defendants
under the penal law is 15.51, 15.56, theft of property or misapplication of property, penal law Nigeria, 15.51 and 15.56. So Stanley Ford has been found guilty for theft of property. Former head of the Financial Intelligence Agency, Stanley Ford, has been found guilty. So please let us know the quality of the sound.
probably the
So they are now on Jefferson Camo, National Security Advisor to President Biya. Jefferson Camo for theft of property. They are now on Jefferson Camo. So keep letting us know the quality of the audio. Once the sound is good, let us know the quality of the audio. So Jefferson Camo, the former National Security Advisor to former President Weah, what is going to be the verdict? Yanti Twine, former Solicitor General and Acting Justice Minister, guilty for theft of property. Economic sabotage is the first, and Jefferson Camo was not found guilty. Not guilty, Jefferson Camo. Economic sabotage, not guilty. So Jefferson Camo is not guilty on the count of economic sabotage. So Jefferson Camo has been found not guilty on the count of economic sabotage. So the first not guilty verdict, Jefferson Camo, former National Security Advisor to President Weah, has been found not guilty. So if you're hearing us, let us know the quality. What we can do is we can do our best to bring you updates and work on the sound. So Jefferson Camo, the former National Security Advisor to President Weah, has been found not guilty on the charge of economic sabotage. So we move to the next. Jefferson Camo again has been found not guilty for theft of property. 2 not guilty. So former National Security Advisor Jefferson Camo has been found not guilty for economic sabotage and not guilty theft of property. 2 down for Jefferson Camo. He had 4 charges. So 2 down, 2 to go. So we will be bringing you all of the updates. So Jefferson Camo is feeling some sort of cool air touching him right now. 2 down, 2 to go. Economic sabotage, Jefferson Camo not guilty. Theft of property, Jefferson Camo not guilty. Theft of property, Yanti Twine guilty. Theft of property, Stanley Ford guilty. So we move to the next. Remember, Jefferson Camo testified and said, you know, the FIA wasn't admitted to the National Security Council because they needed an approval and didn't provide. Money laundering, Jefferson Camo not guilty again. So 3 down for Jefferson Camo. Money laundering, the former National Security Advisor Jefferson Camo found not guilty by the jury. Let's see the next one. So he has been found not guilty, theft of property, not guilty, economic sabotage, not guilty, money laundering. 3 down for him. We are waiting for the 4th count, Jefferson Camo. So we are waiting for the 4th charge, Jefferson Camo. So Jefferson Camo, when he spoke, said a lot, made a lot of revelations. So 3 charges. Criminal facilitation, he was found guilty. So guilty, Jefferson Camo, criminal facilitation, but not guilty on money laundering, not guilty on economic sabotage, and not guilty theft of property. So criminal facilitation, Jefferson Camo has been found guilty. So the former National Security Advisor Jefferson Camo, 3 counts not guilty, 1 count guilty. The 3 counts: economic sabotage, not guilty; money laundering, not guilty; theft of property, not guilty; criminal facilitation, guilty. So 1 guilty verdict for Jefferson Camo, 3 not guilty. So in his testimony, he said a lot. Jefferson Camo, one who said his testimony was pivotal to all of this. So he has only been found guilty for criminal facilitation and criminal conspiracy. So guilty criminal facilitation, guilty criminal conspiracy, Jefferson Camo. So the jurors have said Jefferson Camo facilitated and conspired with the other co-defendants, but did not commit economic sabotage, did not commit theft of property, and also did not commit money laundering. So in essence, they're saying Jefferson Camo knew of the plot, he conspired with them, but he didn't commit economic sabotage, he didn't steal the funds, so he didn't commit theft of property, and he didn't commit money laundering. So we move to Moses Cooper, the former controller at the FIA. Moses Cooper is now going to hear his fate. Moses Cooper will now hear his fate. So we are waiting for what would the verdicts be for Moses Cooper, the former controller at the Financial Intelligence Agency. It is alleged by the prosecution that Moses Cooper single-handedly withdrew $500,000 United States dollars. What will be his verdict? Mr. Cooper is listening attentively. His family and friends, supporters likewise are listening attentively. Liberians home and abroad, I'm hearing the gavel being hit. Moses Cooper is not guilty for economic sabotage. Unanimously not guilty for economic sabotage, the former controller of the FIA. So he's not guilty. Unanimously, economic sabotage for Moses Cooper, not guilty. So we are waiting for the next counts. So Moses Cooper unanimously found not guilty by the jurors. Second count, we are waiting for. So folks, wherever it is you're watching us from, this is Spoon TV. My name is Diamond Slanger. It's the 8th day of May 2026. The heat from the sun this morning and afternoon is finally going away. We can feel some sort of cool breeze. But in that courtroom, I can tell you it is not cozy at all. It is not cold, it's hot. Theft of property, Moses Cooper, not guilty. So 2 counts, not guilty for Moses Cooper, the former controller of the FIA. 2 counts, Moses Cooper, not guilty. Economic sabotage, not guilty. Theft of property, not guilty. We are awaiting the next counts. Hearts are beating, folks. Verdict is in. This is the defining moment. But remember, these defendants have got the remedy of an appeal to the Supreme Court available to them. That is, if they accept this judgment and file an appeal, an exception, they can go to the Supreme Court of Liberia and file an appeal. An appeal option is not available to the prosecution. It is believed that the state has got all of the resources and the state should be able to convict and render down a verdict from the jury beyond reasonable doubt. So the state doesn't have that luxury of running to the Supreme Court to perfect an appeal. No. That is why the state has got all of the resources to prosecute a case beyond all reasonable doubt. Money laundering, Moses Cooper again, not guilty. 3 down for Moses. He must be dreaming of the promised land as we speak. Moses Cooper, not guilty, economic sabotage. Moses Cooper, not guilty, theft of property. Moses Cooper, not guilty, money laundering. Criminal facilitation and criminal conspiracy remaining. The former controller there at the Financial Intelligence Agency. Money laundering, not guilty. Economic sabotage, not guilty. Theft of property, not guilty. The updates are filtering in, and once we get them, we will update you immediately. Criminal facilitation, again, he is found not guilty. So Moses Cooper is deemed to not have conspired or facilitated this. So 4 for Moses Cooper. So far, only he get 4 green pass mark on a report card. Moses Cooper found not guilty for criminal facilitation. One more count for Moses Cooper. Is he going to come out all green? He must be thanking his God as he speaks now. He must be praying and holding on to everything constant and he holds holy. Moses Cooper has got one more count to go. Criminal facilitation, not guilty. Money laundering, not guilty. Theft of property, not guilty. Economic sabotage, not guilty. Criminal conspiracy, that is the next. If he didn't facilitate, how then did he conspire? The question remains. Moses Cooper, ladies and gentlemen, has been found not guilty on all 5 counts. Criminal conspiracy, he again was found not guilty. So Moses Cooper has been acquitted. He will walk out of this room wall a free man. Moses Cooper might most likely drop to his knees and thank his God. He's been found not guilty on all 5 counts. Not guilty. Now is the defining moments, lady. Former Finance Minister Samuel D. Twere. Former Finance Minister Samuel D. Twere. So Moses Cooper, the former comptroller, will walk out. I'm sure he will be in service on Sunday. If they have a service tonight, he might probably attend throughout the course of the week. Not guilty on all 5 counts. Samuel Twere. Ladies and gentlemen, former Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Gbagbe Diop, is next. Of all these co-defendants, he is the biggest of all fish. He is the primary defendant. In fact, in newsmaking, we use the name of the most prominent person, hence Samuel Twere's name has always been in the headlines. What are his verdicts? Samuel D. Twere celebrated his birthday a couple of days ago. Is he going to get an early birthday present from, or a late, should I say, birthday present from the jurors? Samuel Twere is next. Moses Cooper acquitted on all charges, all counts found not guilty. In this grand scheme of conspiracy, according to the state, the jurors have found that Moses Cooper played no role whatsoever and cannot be held liable. As hailed by many as the most prolific finance minister ever, his supporters have said, Samuel Twere, economic sabotage, not guilty. Samuel Twere, economic sabotage, not guilty. So first, not guilty for Samuel Twere. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the breaking news. Economic sabotage, former finance minister Samuel Twere, not guilty. He is clear of this offense. 1 down, 4 to go for Samuel Twere. Cleared of economic sabotage, Samuel Twere. That blue business suit might have relieved him of some cool air right now. Samuel Twere is not guilty, economic sabotage. We're waiting for the next. Is he going to make all 5 like Moses Cooper? Theft of property, Samuel Twere, not guilty. 2 down. Theft of property, Samuel Twere, found not guilty. 2 down, 3 to go. Samuel Twere is slowly eating down the list of charges. First, economic sabotage, not guilty. Theft of property, Samuel Twere, not guilty. The state is in the room. The state is listening. The state said they had a slam dunk case. Seems like the state missed the ring on these charges. So far, economic sabotage, not guilty. Theft of property, not guilty. We are watching, folks. We are listening. Theft of property, Samuel D. Twere, not guilty. Economic sabotage, Samuel D. Twere, not guilty. Money laundering, Samuel Twere, not guilty. 3 down for Samuel Twere. You can hear the jeering in the background. His supporters are listening. Money laundering, Samuel Twere, not guilty. Two to go for Samuel Twere. Criminal conspiracy, criminal facilitation. Samuel D. Twere, the prime defendant in this case, cleared of money laundering, cleared of theft of property, cleared of economic sabotage. What is going through the mind of the prosecution as we speak? The Solicitor General said it was a slam dunk case. The jury seemed not to have agreed. The next, we're waiting to see. I can hear some murmuring in the court. Is it murmuring of disapproval of the next charge? Money laundering, not guilty. Theft of property, not guilty. Economic sabotage, not guilty. 3 down, 2 to go. Criminal facilitation, not guilty. Samuel D. Twere. Criminal facilitation, not guilty. Only criminal conspiracy. If he didn't facilitate, how then did he conspire? If he's not guilty of criminal facilitation, the likelihood of being convicted for criminal conspiracy is far, 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 far below. So Samuel Twere has been cleared of 4 counts. 4 down, Samuel Twere. One more. So if you're just joining us, the former finance minister Samuel Twere has been cleared of economic sabotage, theft of property, not guilty, money laundering, not guilty, criminal facilitation, not guilty. And the last is criminal conspiracy. Samuel D. Twere. I know he's loosening his tie knot as we speak, because criminal conspiracy is all that is there. There you see them coming out. There you see supporters of Samuel Twere coming out. The courtroom has erupted Samuel Twere. Conspiracy, Samuel Twere, not guilty. Of all 5 charges, Samuel Twere has been found not guilty.
Well, folks, keep in there. Now it's over for Samuel Twere. He's found not guilty of all of the charges leveled against him. That's it.
Yeah. Samuel Twere has been found not guilty on all counts. Ladies and gentlemen, Samuel Twere and Moses Cooper found not guilty on all of these charges. So we'll be waiting to speak to Mr. Twere. So it is jubilation here. It is total jubilation. Samuel D. Twere has a free man. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? The tally for the jury. Okay. The 5 charges.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Not guilty.
Uh.
Not guilty. 8 years for guilty. So all the 3 years are guilty.
So you had 9 not guilty for first charge, 9 for the second, 9 for the third, 9 for the fourth, and 9 for the fifth. Okay. So were you part of the process? So how did you get this tally? You're checking in the court.
Yes.
Are you a relative to any of these 4 defendants?
Mm-hmm. It's my uncle.
So, and how do you do today? He's found not guilty. All charges.
No, I believe my God. Since last time, I time. So I know where my God is going. I just need to tell what I think.
With this one, do you believe that the court is transparent? Do you believe that the court here is transparent? Do you believe that everything here is transparent? So you can hear them shouting. Samuel 12. Samuel 12 has been found not guilty on all counts. The former finance minister is going to walk out of that courtroom a free man. He has been found not guilty on all of the charges, all of the counts. Criminal conspiracy, not guilty. Economic sabotage, not guilty. Criminal facilitation, not guilty. Theft of property, not guilty. Samuel 12, as well as Moses Cooper, found not guilty on all of those counts.
But today, they will hung upon it tomorrow. They will hung other minister and cabinet minister that is power tomorrow. It's a good picture, man. It's a good picture. They were good for now to go through the local procedure that they can be vindicated.
And that means you trust the rule of law in this country.
For me, I trust the wisdom of the judiciary. If the president is not involved, but when the president is involved, the judge can be temporary. But there's a what the brother keep on the what the juror, and the juror they have their own wisdom. Whether you use them with money, they will think what I mean. Tomorrow they get tomorrow feature day in the children, but they will not matter for anybody to what induce them with money. The what the surrender to them.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
So folks, there you have it. Supporters of Samuel 12 jubilating that he has been found not guilty on all of the counts. They're still in the courtroom. It is
7 minutes to 7 p.m. here. Criminal Court C has been shut close because of the noise from the jubilation outside. You can see the police have made their barricade walls right here with their shields and batons, making sure that this doesn't go out, that people don't run into the courtroom. So the courtroom is a clear distance, and Samuel Twe has been acquitted on all charges, all counts. Samuel Twe. We are awaiting the former finance minister to come out. Pokpadio, Arthur Johnson said, find them not guilty because the government couldn't prove a single thing. The government couldn't produce any evidence. The government couldn't say where were the money spent. The government couldn't say what benefits did the defendants accrue from those monies. The government could just not produce, according to Arthur Johnson, a shred of tangible evidence. According to Arthur Johnson, the current finance minister, Augustine Kwe-Gafan, has spent about $6 million United States dollars to intervene in the Guinea-Liberia border tensions. He also highlighted the corona incident that occurred in this country, the coronavirus pandemic, I should say, in this country, that monies were spent. He also said that in 2023, there were emergencies during elections time, and the government needed to have spent, and those monies were spent on credible and tangible threats. The state has lost. A mere theft of property, greater verdict against Nyati Twine and others. I will read the verdict thus far. So let's go over the verdicts for the following individuals. Stanley Ford was found guilty for theft of property, that is the former FIA boss. Jefferson Kamo was not found guilty for economic sabotage. Jefferson Kamo was not found guilty of theft of property. Money laundering, Jefferson Kamo was not found guilty. Criminal facilitation, Jefferson Kamo was found guilty. Moses Cooper, the former controller at the Financial Intelligence Agency, was found not guilty for economic sabotage, theft of property, not guilty, money laundering, not guilty, criminal facilitation, not guilty, criminal conspiracy, not guilty. Then we move to Samuel D. Twe, the former finance minister, the lead defendant in this matter. Criminal conspiracy, not guilty. Economic sabotage, not guilty. Theft of property, not guilty. Criminal facilitation, not guilty. All 5 cleared of all. So legally, if I use the legal jargon, Samuel Twe has been acquitted. These are all confirmed reports. Not guilty.
So in the youth power, the territory will be here. That's all that now to forget. We'll not forget Mr. Baka. Mr. Baka is the biggest disaster happening in the country.
Yes, of course, we are still here on the grounds of the court of the criminal C, where the lead defendant in this case has been acquitted. My name is Winston Kabadigan. I've been here since morning with the man Diamond Slanger, bringing real-time updates here at Criminal Court C. Outside the field is former special aide to former President George Weah, Sekou Carrasco Damero. He's here He came in solidarity. He came in solidarity to Samuel D. Twe.
When we come over this thing, it was not intended for Jefferson Samo. It was not intended for the FIA boss. It was intended for Samuel D. Twe, who happens to be the Minister of Finance. It was D12 that was lying upon that he put money in.
Today, we will stand up and tell the American people that is the reason we have to trust the justice system of our country. That's the only place where we can come and listen to people and thank to the jurors for being so independent in their work. And we must appreciate the judge and our justice system here today. If Samuel Twe was going to be guilty today, they're going to say a negative thing outside there because he was a person under the charge, discharging resources to tackle national security issues under the first year government of President George Manuel. As we see ourselves today, we are happy. We can depend now on our justice system. I hope that and all of the time will be happy. Thank you for every one of us here.
Tell us, you're live on spoon. Tell us the feelings. Tell us the feelings.
Thank you very much.
Is this another belated birthday celebration?
That's it. You're talking a shop. Happy belated birthday gift to him. They're coming loose. Samuel Twe, you don't joke with Samuel Twe. Samuel Twe can sign the brief.
Tell us the excitement. How are you feeling?
You know how I'm feeling right now. I feel like I will teach America. Because I want to make tape on me today. I'm a very fast just for the test that's on the food. I pay my own way. Not my own way. My sanitary money brought me here.
Congratulations. Congratulations. From special aid to former President George Weah, Sekou Carrasco Damaru is right outside the fence. He is here in solidarity with Samuel D. Twe.
So we remain live here still as we are waiting. Now acquitted Samuel Twe, now acquitted Moses Cooper to exit the courtroom. We will bring you updated verdict of each. But what the breaking news here is that Samuel Twe has been found not guilty on all counts, all charges. Samuel Twe has been found not guilty. Economic sabotage, not guilty. Theft of property, not guilty. Money laundering, not guilty. Criminal conspiracy, not guilty. Criminal facilitation, not
Oh, I've been talking to myself. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Nightly Exchange. This is how I love to welcome you to come and celebrate Samuel Twe victory and have our own spin around it, you know. And also talk about some things, other things that is going on in the country, you know. we're here to, like I always say, we are the last, to share our views on everything when everyone else are done because we are busy. We are the midnight people. We always come after you've heard everything already, all the smart people, everybody have give their analysis on everything, right? And then we come and try to pull our little humble spin on it as well, just to have a chime in the conversation from our country and our continent as large. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Always following us, our little homo platform. We appreciate you as always. Your time is valuable, but you took your time to come and sit there and listen to us. We don't know it all. We come in, we yell, we throw tantrums, we do everything, but you still hanging there with us, and that is, we are grateful. We appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. Thank you so much for being here this evening, and y'all say Happy Mother's Day, pre-Happy Mother's Day to me. By fire, by force. Put it in the comment section and keep sharing the show, guys. I'm a mother, okay? Every woman a mother. So let me just put it that way. Will be future and present current mothers. So say Happy Mother's Day to every females who is watching. Okay, so with that being said, I see George in the back. Of course, George will be here early today. Okay, you will want to come to us about Summit Tour, and let's bring him on. There he is. When with you? How you?
With you. Oh, I'm talking. I'm talking.
George, you playing something in the back. You
Yeah,
always
playing
come with feedback.
I'm gonna call it. I will come back. Yeah, because
it's disturbing. Of course, we cannot hear the end of this today. It's a good thing. I want to hear George on this thing. What?
Can you still get any?
No, it went off. So how you doing today, George? What's cracking? What's happening?
I'm doing okay. I'm just got Liberia on my mind, and I think we should always have Liberia on our mind regardless of what's happening there, because that's home, and there's nowhere else we can call home than Liberia. So
there's no place like home.
Exactly.
Have you seen the Wizard of Oz?
No.
But you late. That's a
I'm late. Yeah.
Movie. Kimbo Wave, put some more was born. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good thing, and the verdict from the Samuel Tour case, I think is a resounding, confirmation that this government lied, on everybody about everything to come to power. And one of the saddest thing for me, Amy, is a vote of politics. There is this tendency in our society where people have the crab mentality, right? That when it's not them, it shouldn't be you. And if it is you, they will drag you down to go up. Yeah, for me, my
is that what you got from out of this? Taking something towards a court? Is that what you thought? What do you think it is? Yes. Well, let me read it. There's something in first. Oh, go ahead. And from there,
I think that there are so many ways to get to the top, or to reach your destination, or to reach to any zenith of what you're doing, right? It's to trust yourself, work hard, and get there. Not bringing someone else down, to get up there. I think it is a sharp contrast to what a lot of people do, like the Israelis, the Muslims, and other countries, that we live in, that we work in. That when you see your friend working hard, you work hard to go, to work hard as them, or even ask them, how did you make it? How can I do it? You know what I mean? But Liberia, no, they want to bring you down. They want to stop you from progressing. And even sometimes, most of the time, they won't progress. They will be to the same place, but they will hold you down to make sure that they get you to your knees. And it's ridiculous. And that's what Liberia is for. Because once you are not the one, you will want to drag the other person who's going up. And guess what? We all cannot get up at the same time.
So, George, that what you think was going on with the whole Summit Tour case, that somebody was trying to bring him down?
No, Amy, I said that, I'm going to say that again. No, not just Summit Tour case, but it is a mentality in our society in Liberia. That
not just Summit Tour case.
Not just Summit Tour case. Yeah.
That means Summit Tour's case is part of it.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let me read this. Pardon me, y'all. It said Tour acquitted as court delivers split decision. Right?
Yeah.
By Yekizi
Zwogwe, yeah.
My apology. A major economic sabotage case involving former finance minister of George Weah administration has ended with mixed verdict at criminal court C in Monrovia. Former finance minister Samuel D. Twe and the FIA Comptroller D. Moses P. Cooper was cleared of all charges, including economic sabotage, theft of property, and money laundering. Former National Security Advisor Jefferson Como was acquitted of major charges, but found guilty of criminal conspiracy and criminal facilitation. Meanwhile, former acting Justice Minister Nyanti Twine.
Nyan Twine.
No, Nyan Twine is a senator. Well, kind of like the same name, Nyanti Twine, whatever. And former FIA Director General Stanley Esport will get convicted on select counts. The case centered on allegation involving more than $1 billion Liberian dollars and 500,000 US dollars linked to a national security account. Defense lawyer maintained throughout the trial that the transactions were lawful government security expenditure, while prosecutors argue the funds were illegally handled. Okay? So, what does this mixed verdict mean, George, to you?
Okay. So, I mean, this is my kind of view, right? And I'm being distracted by you, so I got to say this before. Is it the camera or you add a few pounds? Or you add a few pounds? Is that the camera or you add a few pounds?
I think you're about to say I'm saying something. You calling me fat? Let me take up my clothes. Maybe not your clothes. I had 2 pounds.
Yeah, all right. So look, Amy, here's my kind of view. I think those who were even convicted will be acquitted on appeal. And because if you look at what they're charging for and what this whole thing involved, I feel that the verdict was correct. Trust me, I just feel that verdict was made somewhere and it dropped it in a court. Because even if I were the juror, right, I would decide exactly what is supposed to decide. Because I mean, the first thing is that there is no dispute in this case that money was disbursed, right? More than $1 billion Liberian dollar was disbursed. But during the case, what we heard, there was no evidence, even from the government or from the defendants, where the money was used to do, what the money was used to do. You know what I mean? So anybody would say, but then anybody who received that money, that person is guilty of theft of property because we didn't see what the person did for Liberia. You know what I mean? So generally, I don't care. Even if it was Samuel Twe who had received that money and refused to tell the court what he did with that money, it's a theft of property. Because the money belongs to Liberia and you don't tell what you did for Liberia for that money. So you are guilty. You are going to be guilty. So that's why those who actually received the money, the Jefferson Como people, all the people there, That's why they charge them for theft of property. That's why they say it's a conspiracy, because once you can tell us what he did with the money, then of course you are guilty of theft of property. And because when you go to the defense trial too, the defense could not tell them what they did with the money because it's national security, and those people, the juror, are not clear security-wise to get the information. So there was no way. So let me tell you, this whole case is a victory for those who were, the defendants in this case. Because definitely those who are even found guilty will be acquitted. So, Amy, I feel that this was a complete witch hunt on the part of the government, because I think they all knew that this thing was not going to, they were not going to win this case. Because, Amy, the only way somebody can find somebody guilty, even in your house, Amy, if you give your son $20 and your son goes, because you know that you're going for recess, right? Recess, you have to spend $20. So you give him the $20. And then somebody said, oh, he did not spend the $20 in school. You know what I mean? Amy, you are not at fault for giving him that $20. So cemetery is you. How can you say because you gave your son $20 and you're supposed to give your son $20, or you started to give your son $20 by the father or so, then you are guilty for giving the son $20 because the son did not use the $20 in school? What sense does it make? No sense, Amy. So I think the government knew, the lawyers even knew that they were not going to win this case. They tried and they think they could manipulate, the system, but it didn't work. So, Amy, this is a victory for justice, in our country. I'm happy that the juror saw through the prosecution that what they were doing, they didn't know what they were doing. And it was
so you said the government lied on Samet Tuwe. Samet Tuwe was the finance minister.
Yeah.
$6 million got missing. Nobody know what happened to it. People got convicted of that. How is that a lie? That's what I'm
trying to tell you. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'll give you a simple analysis about this, right?
Yeah, I know you did, but how is that a lie? They don't know what the money went.
It's a lie because it is a national security expenditure. National security expenditure you and I are not supposed to know. For example, they say, okay, we send spies to Guinea because we got intelligence that people were training in Guinea to come and fight in Liberia. So we send people and we got to pay their hotel bill. We got to change their passport. We got to do this. We got to fly them to the other places. We got to do this with it because people were planning in Sierra Leone to come to attack Liberia or take our land or do something or do this. Amy, you and I are supposed to know that because when we know that, I mean, everyone knows. So
okay.
When you spend that kind of money, you cannot tell the people that you spend that kind of money that kind of way. Because
I agree.
We want to alert our neighbors here.
I agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and I, George, we're not supposed to know. But if the next national security person is supposed to be a Zobutin to him too or to her too, then the next finance minister is supposed to be a Zobutin to him or her too. People that in the NSA, it all supposed to be a Zobutin to them too. So it's just supposed to vanish in thin air. Like the ones who are there now, they just sort of use money out of nowhere. And then when people ask now, oh, we use our national security expenditure, and the next government that comes along, right? Along, they're not supposed to see any trace of that. Not to the public, not to us, because yes, we are not supposed to know everything. But the people who worked in it, that's what most of them. I don't know how it works in Liberia, but that's why people have secret clearance since here, right? To have access to information. But if people who comes in who have that same secret clearance, who control those, if they're not, they don't see any trace of that. If they're not seeing anything, what was done with that? Is that a lie? Or were they saying they're supposed to come and tell the public, or they were not seeing how that money was used over there?
Okay, Amy, you see, that's a very good question, and I love the way you asked it. So, Amy, you are the government, you are the prosecution, right? If I was the government, I was going to call the current finance minister. He must have idea because he's part of the security. I'll call him to the stand to say, you are the current finance minister. This money that was spent, you must have documentary evidence of it, how it was spent. Who is the current security advisor? Who is the current NSA boss? Call all those people on the stand. They did not do that. You know why they did not do that? Because they know if they had done that, the state secret will be spread. It will be saying open code. And even the jewels don't have clearance for that information. That's why they did not call the people. They did not call them because they know that it's a national security thing, Amy. They cannot call them to explain to
So
jewels.
how then can you say the government never provide any? You just contradicted yourself. If you say that certain things are not supposed to come and say this because it will be an open secret to the public, how then you sit on here and tell us that the government lied, the government didn't provide this, the government didn't provide that? How could you then say that?
Amy, that's simple. The thing is that because I'm sure the government knows that one knows how that money was spent, right? The current security advisor to the president knows how that money was spent. There are people who in the position of those people who were on trial. They know how that money was spent currently because the records will be there.
I'm confused.
They did not call them. They did not call them because they did not call them. So they did not provide because they were sort of bringing evidence, Amy. To convict somebody, you have to produce evidence beyond reasonable doubt that the person did it. So
I get it, George.
Okay, guess what? Okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Let's say when Samuel was being prosecuted for the money he spent at the defense ministry, everybody said, why the American call President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to the stand, right? Because I was not national security thing. He could have just say, oh, I go through the court to subpoena Ellen Johnson Sirleaf because I'm not giving the orders. To come in the court. To come and prove the person, no, I told him to go get the money. And we didn't give you the money, but we tried to get the money.
She said it without a court.
No, that's why. No, Amy, 1983 in the street, you can take the court.
Okay, but that's
the person has to go to court and be on an oath.
I get it, but for you to but anyway, let's stick on the case there. Let's forget about it.
But it's because he did not bring that evidence. So everybody said, okay, saying hi, Ellie. That means Ellie did not give you the orders. You see it? So in the case, so let's transfer into this case. You did not bring the current finance minister to come testify. You did not bring the current national security advisor to testify. You did not bring the NSA director currently to testify. Amy, that means you have something to hide. You knew that you didn't want to spill the beans. So you decided to keep that right. You just want to go by yes. That's what
were you, George, and the rest of the reactions and whatever, all Samuel Twelve's supporters from the get-go, they started calling it wish hunt. If these people are going to come and present all of those evidences that you're asking for right now, can you, between you and your God, because I don't know, you can stay here and say all kinds of things. Could you then say that you are going to be like, oh yeah, it's not a wish hunt, it's not a this, it's not a that, because you are saying too many things here and it coming up on the other side too. So
yes.
Be honest.
Yes, my whole debate has been, I say, I cannot sit here and say Semeto is not guilty or guilty. However, from the evidence I'm looking at, from what they are presenting in court, because Amy, just for me to tell Amy stole my money, it cannot convict you. I said this is video evidence. This is video evidence. Amy went in my room while I was stopping our house. She went in my room to she said she was making on my bed, and here's the video evidence. She went on my pillow and took the money. Yes, here. Because you want to take more my I was shooting money now. So you see the video, Amy took the money from there and then she walked outside. And you see she closed the door. Yes, that's evidence, right? That is evidence to a court. Video evidence is the best evidence, right?
And again.
Yeah, right? Once they could not say, okay, when Semeto gave the order for them to give the money to the FIA, after that, they met at Boulevard Palace. Yes, video evidence. You see on the scene there when the men want to withdraw the 500,000 from the bank. They see there, and you see the video evidence. Yeah, and then you're entering in this how they call it, a hotel. Okay, yeah, they may carry money there. Yeah, you're going to enter. That's a matter that can later on he enter. Yeah, and you see Semeto coming outside. Just grab that inside of him. That money inside. Yeah, so you see. Oh,
stop
it. I'm talking about evidence. I'm talking about evidence, right? So, Amy, without that evidence, we're just saying, I can't just go and say, oh, I was stopping at Amy's house and my money got lost. I think that Amy has took it. So, Amy must be prosecuted. No, they'll say, what's the evidence? What evidence that you even carry money there? But when I showed them the video that you went under the mattress and took out one of my pillows and took out that money and saw you walking outside with Amy, that's evidence. You can't run away. Ask me again, say, how will you prove that you took money to her house? I said, well, you saw her, you want my pay, right? You saw that money she took from there. So that's what it is. So I say until they can put Samuel Tuer in a place where they saw him and that money was taken from the bank and they carried it to him and they divided it, you cannot convict him.
Okay, so you talk about the Boulevard Party, the Palace example, right? There are a lot of videos, footages to that effect, right? But that's not something. So we all know corruption money, that's not how it's something in Liberia. So cut that, okay? Number 2, 3 persons were found guilty for this money. Was there video footages showing that they had it? They went to Boulevard Palace. They were dispersing the money. They were sharing it among all 3. Was there any footage showing any of that? Why before they found them guilty?
Good, Amy, and thank you. And I think William Jala is also asking the same question. So let me just explain to you. William Jala is asking the same question. That 3 persons were convicted. He said 3 persons were convicted. Co-defendants in the just economic sabotage case against Samuel Tuer, and the 4 other co-defendants got a conviction. But
exactly. So you're still saying the government lie. How is that a lie when 3 persons there is the money that is missing? Because 3 persons were found guilty of the money is missing. That's not a lie. So the whole thing here with the government lie, you need to stop that. How they Samuel Tuer skip that is what we would trust our children, but we all know. But go ahead. Tell me.
So Amy, the government got facts. When the controller, which is Mr. Cooper, when he went to the bank and signed for the 500,000, right? They got a check. They got a check that he carried and we signed it and they gave him the money. That is evidence that he received the money. You see it? And there is evidence that 2
national security thing too.
No, Amy receiving money from the bank. How can it be national security?
But you said
not for the conversation.
Evidence there. You said evidence there. They send it to Guinea. They do that one here. The national security thing. You still secret. You get something. So if they can present evidence for those 3 guys, how we didn't say that, but go ahead, finish up. Bueno, George, you want to show you something inside your phone in the middle? This is uncivilized, George.
I'm sorry, I got an urgent call from my son. Yeah. So I thought something happened to him. We the parents, we gotta be very, you know what I mean? So yes, so the thing is, there is evidence that money was sent to them. Like for instance, I sent $100 to you, and you signed for that $100. There's evidence that you received $100 for you. They ask you, I told you to go. What did you do with the money? Then you say, oh, I spent it on security purposes. Then I say, what is security purposes? Then you say, I can't tell you. Amy, once you can't tell me, I would say you stole my money. So a lot of people are guilty, yeah. So because there is evidence that money was sent to them. Samuel Tuer did not deny that he signed for the money to go to them. Jefferson Kamo did not deny that he wrote a letter to Samuel Tuer to say, Samuel Tuer, the president said the money should be given to these people. That why he's in jail too. That why he's going to be in jail or what in jail, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm confused now.
Yeah, okay, good. So here's the thing, Amy. Let me explain the whole story to you so you can understand properly from the beginning. So Jefferson Kamo, I think Jefferson Kamo, yeah. He is the advisor to the president on security, national security, right? So he got an order from the president, say you got to send money to FIA or you got to send money to the security people so that they can make sure that some operation is done. So he wrote a letter to Samuel Tuer. Samuel Tuer, I want you, by the president order, they want you to give money to the people, right? Then he killed Samuel Tuer. Samuel Tuer look at the letter.
How money is disbursed from that company? That this man come and tell Samuel Tuer that?
Yeah.
Where is that at? I need to read that, but go ahead.
Yeah. So the man wrote to Samuel Tuer that the money should be released. Samuel Tuer wrote to the bank, the central bank, say they must release the money to the particular security people. The security people wrote the bank and say, you're putting in the account. So you see, that means when Cemetery wrote a letter to them, Cemetery pass finished. They put now wrote a letter down to the post say the money what they say mortgage or you put it in the account, now in the FIA account. You see it? Then they went and took the money from there. So when you look at the whole thing, Amy, to be impartial, Cemetery got nothing to do with it. If you went beyond it,
well, I was just about to ask you that, but anyway,
exactly. If you went beyond it, but Amy, when you went beyond it, a different thing, right? But evidence got to prove that he went beyond it. The people that took the money, they tell you say he went beyond it.
Okay, but listen, of course they're not going to rat each other out. But listen, you said Cemetery something for the money. Cemetery is a finance minister.
Yeah,
he's the one who holds the keys, right? The purse or whatever they call it. No, and he signs for the money. His money gold is a chain. It's a chain. All right. So if they're holding these guys responsible for something that they claim is a national security, something that cannot be exposed to the public and something, how come the guy who signed for it is being released? I don't get it. Okay. And why should security something that is supposed to be secretive? Why are these other guys being found guilty?
Okay, the reason why the guy who even got the money from the bank was found guilty, he said, when I got the money, I'll give it to my boss. The boss said, yes, I received the money. He's free. My boss told me to go get the money. I got the money from the bank. I gave it to him. The boss said, yeah, I got the money. He's free. Boss, what you did with the money? It's national security. I can tell you. Okay, you're guilty for theft of property. That's how the whole thing works. You see how it's people? That what a Cooper guy is not guilty because, Amy, you send somebody to the bank, say, go and get the money from the bank. The person get the money from the bank and bring it to you. Then
so they catch who couldn't he tell what he did with the money?
He couldn't tell the jurors what he did with the money. He couldn't tell the judge what he did with the money because the judge is not clear for that information. He couldn't tell anybody. So guess what now? What's going to happen now? When he goes for appeal, now that particular judge, it will be a judge only appeal or judges at the Supreme Court. Those judges will be clear for that information. Then he will give it to them. And that will be a closed court. Nobody will be there to watch the information. He will tell the judge what he did with the money, and the judge will look at it for long. They look at all the information and say, you're free to go. That's why I say everybody in this case will be exonerated.
Okay, so one more question. Mm-hmm. Before the case got to the court, who took it to the court? Was it the judges? Was it the jurors? Or it was somebody who works in that department was asking for accountability and nobody gave one?
Nobody.
How was it a judge that went to that incident and said, oh, these people, they have to be taken to court, or the juror or whatever? So if, like I said, again, whoever comes in that department asking, that means they have secret clearance. That means they should have something to that information, right? Privilege to that information. So if they're asking you, let's say it's your successor asking, okay, I see paper, something, what was this money used for? I see money come from, what was it used for? What is it? Then you say, oh, I can't tell you because it's secret. How could it be secret when I'm in your role now? You was in that, so how can it be secret away from me? So that's how they end up arresting it. I mean, they end up charging them. So it wasn't the judge that went there or the juror that went there and said, oh, they have to charge them of these charges, of this crime, right? That they were in court for. So why would they not tell their successor or whatever? Why wouldn't they tell them? Why would they want to make it a secret thing for them to take them to court if they had nothing to hide? I'm in your role. I got secret clearance. Why can't you tell me if I need to know what went on for me to continue the job from there? Why is it a secret to me?
You see, that's the gap of information here. The case was not brought against the people by their how they call it, successors.
Who?
So they're not the people that are in their they're not the people that are in their place now brought the case against them. The case was brought against them by LACC. LACC did an investigation on the money and found out that money was expended. But because money was already allocated for that particular, thing, operation, so the LACC was asking why was additional money expended? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So LACC, I don't know, maybe they were not privileged to gather information, national security information, because LACC is not part of national security, right? So they were asking
LACC
questions.
audit the NSA.
Yeah, they are not
That's
part of
when.
yeah. Even now, the GSC cannot audit national security expenditure. That's why even President Baka even gave a comment, say they must audit the NSA. Guess what? He later on recanted and he said no, they should not audit them.
That's what I'm about to say. But listen, George, why will people who don't have privilege to information like that be auditing and asking questions like that? Does that make any sense to you? If they don't have any privilege to the information, if they're not supposed to know it at all, why would they be asking questions like that? They have to, because when they're investigating, they're going through the whole 9 yards, right? They're going and asking. Let's say George was in administration, engineering, something, right?
Yeah.
He was the what, deputy or some kind of minister for administration, right? And Amy came there to take his role. If LSTC finding George something for some kind of crime, wouldn't they ask Amy, is this whatever paperwork, or was there something, is there any trail for that here and something before? When I said no, I don't see anything. He said he did it, but there's nothing showing that. Before LSTC can even hold you reliable for something like that. Should they just go, oh, we don't see paperwork, oh, you're indict these people? Is that how it works?
Okay, so Amy, in audit, that the way audit is done, they will come to you and say, we're here to do an audit, so bring all your books, all your expenditure and everything. In this case, they were not auditing the National Security Agency, right?
Okay, thank you. Hold on.
Yeah, the National Security were not being audited.
I just looking at comment section and I saw this. Thank you, Lila, because I'm confused, because why would these people be auditing somewhere that and they don't have any security, any kind of privilege to know this information, and it be auditing that? It's foolishness. That's a waste of money, in my view.
Yeah. So
if that's what's going on. So yeah, go ahead and finish.
So Amy, Neil Labon can say all the rubbish he wants to say, or the tabata.
Oh, now although you see that's your thing.
Listen. Even this government, they wanted to audit the national security, right, agency, and they had to stop it because it's national security. It cannot be audited because you have to have special kind of clearance to do that. LSC does not have that clearance. Go and check. They man can be talking tabata here because
LSC doesn't have that clearance. So how come they allow them to audit this other department? That means they have clearance of that.
No. Any listen. So what happened was that LSC want to audit the consolidated account, our Liberian government account. They saw the money leaving to go, right? They said, where did the money go? Right? That money that was sent. Then they said, oh, it came from the national security, right? The advisor, this is a letter for Samuel Toer, and went to FAI account. Then they said, no, but it shouldn't go to the FI account, right? FIA, right? So why did it go there? Because national security budget is supposed to go to this account, right? You understand it? Now, when Samuel Toer wrote a letter to the central bank to release the money, he did not tell them to send the money here to FA account. He said release the budget to the National Security Agency, right? National Security Agency people send letter to the bank and say put it in this account. How does Samuel Toer have to be held responsible for why the National Security want the money to go? In which account? You see it? So that's why he was found not guilty, because he did not tell him to put it in any account. He just said release the money.
Ask that question.
Okay.
Let me put this simple to you, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go back to the whole me and you thing, right? You leave, I kick you out, you lost the election.
Yeah.
Me get and took your place, right? There is one way, there's a law there that anytime we receiving funds or we do anything, it should go in a specific account. Right?
Yeah.
I know that, you know that, the finance minister knows that, and if that chain of command or channel changes, don't you think it raises eyebrow They just want to
It
just
does.
decide
100%.
whenever,
Amy, I'm with you there.
wherever they want to put
I'm
that.
with you
They
there.
will not,
It raises concern. Yes, it raises concern. And guess what? That's why the case came about.
Let me finish.
Only that concern.
So, and then the finance minister doesn't look at that to be a problem. And you just say, oh yeah, they said they want to adjust it. So anybody who calls for money, that's how it works. You just sign it and just let it go, and it just go flying in the air, wherever it goes. That's it.
Okay, Amy.
So now that we're established, George, that there's the money missing somewhere in the air, somewhere, whatever it is, while you're still saying that the government lied.
Okay, so here's the thing, Amy.
You thinking
For
about
the
it?
for the fact that we say the government lied, and yes, well, I think the government knowing it, try to do this just to lie, right? Yes, why?
What are you?
The government knows that. Listen, the government knows that the finance minister is part of the national security agency, right? Or part of the national security committee, right? So they know that he can give money to them to spend, right? And president can give orders for them to spend money. These things can happen in two ways, and that's why you are not getting, because you can do it in an ad hoc way, and you can do it to the normal way as well. So the normal way is when the budget is released, the article says legislature approve the budget, the money comes, and then you instruct the deputy minister for disbursement or whatever, deputy minister of finance to disburse the funds to those people. So for you yourself to write letter to go to that place, it was time for concern. How come that Samora Wolokoli, that he's supposed to write a letter? How come Semetua wrote a letter? So be the something happened. Okay. Semetua came and said, look, it's possible. We've done it so many times, even during the COVID time. To release the money to
that's
the
not the proper channel, though. Should we say we've done this so many times, so it's okay?
It's not criminal because you didn't do it that way. It doesn't make it criminal. So that's why he's trying to say.
Investigation, don't you think?
Yeah, and that's why the investigation went on too late. And we understand.
Okay,
But when investigation was concluded, it's also concluded that the money, there was no crime committed, but they still went to court.
They don't know what the money is. So how can they conclude that there was no crime committed?
The money was spent on national security.
Okay, so Josh, let me hold you on that.
Yeah.
Let Mo Ali get some money, the channel that is supposed to come through, right? Mo Ali use different account and put it in it. And suddenly when they say, oh, you said I just use it for so and so, and that's supposed to be it, and nobody's supposed to, because he said he used it like this, so that's supposed to be it, because
the orange is comparing with apples, Amy.
Why is there orange and apples? There are people in there. You keep making it seem that people, you and myself, asking these people, and no, these people who are investigating these people, who are asking these people, who try to find trace of that money, these people have security clearance, not the people that were sitting there. Then the people who asking them don't have access to those information. Stop feeding the public that, because that's not true. Nobody, you and myself cannot go and ask those people in George. We don't have that right. We don't have the security clearance to do so. We don't have that access to that. So we will not. Common lawyer can't just go and do that. If people are asking these people and they indicting them, Judge, nobody's stupid, man. Why would it not have access to know that how it's supposed to be done? And say, oh yeah, anyway, we get the lawyer indict them. Why are you trying to act like you're so smart? Someone don't know about government, we know work in it, but come on now. We know how these things work. You can just go and say nobody will go audit those people if they don't have any right to, or they're not supposed to do so. So for you to say and say, oh, apples and oranges, no, it's not.
Yeah, so Amy, here's the thing. Here's what I'm trying to say. And I'm not going to sound like a soothsayer here, but I just want to tell you, and you agree with me when the time comes that those people who are found guilty will be acquitted on appeal. So let me just keep that on the side. I'm just telling you so that you can know, and you say, oh, George said it.
Understand. I know you said it.
So let me come back to what you're saying.
Yeah, but
according to our PMF law, national security is not audited. National security operation or funding or budget cannot be audited according to our laws.
We get there.
Yeah. So when it cannot be audited, you will not know what they spend the money on. You will not know because it's classified. So even the auditors don't have the clearance for that, so they cannot audit it. The only thing they can see is that when they see that some anomaly happened, like how the money was taken out, they can ask questions. Where did the money go? So it was rightfully so that the LACC under George Weah investigated. Guess what? It was under the CDC government that the LACC investigated and put it and tabled this report. That the money that was spent, yes, that the money that was spent, they don't know how it was spent.
Newsflash, really?
Yes, yes.
Oh, damn,
yes.
how come now? The United Party government is the one who witch hunting. The United Party government is the one who's lying. And so, George, you're not trying here tonight. You're not, because you keep hanging your son. You're trying to.
If you give me the
One time you just said, the government doing that. Oh, they wanted to lie. They wanted to do it. And now you're telling us that the investigation started on the George Weah government. So I'm confused there. So that means George Weah government people they were lying too.
If you give me the opportunity to
boy, I'm giving you plenty of opportunity.
Yeah,
you keep
giving the
so
opportunity
don't even
to
try that.
educate our guests or our listeners.
You got a blind food there.
No, so here's the thing, Amy. If you now go on the LAC website, they got more than maybe 300 investigation out. How they call it? Finding on their website, dating back from the CDC government. No reports are there. The new LACC will go there and say, we take the particular report, we want to look exactly what happened, right? No, let's take the other report. Let's see exactly what happened.
Does that mean it's wrong?
Huh?
Is that wrong?
No, it's not. Okay. You can take any report and do it, yes. So I'm trying to tell you that even though the LACC did not indict Samuel Tuer during that time, because they did an investigation, the police said they put question marks on it and said, "Look, we don't understand how this thing happened, but there is no reason to charge anybody for this because it's national security and we cannot investigate national security expenditure, right?" So they left it there.
Question mark on it.
Because that's audit. When you're doing audit or you're doing investigation, anything you see that is questionable to you, you put question mark to it. But because you cannot advance the investigation further because you don't have the clearance to do it, you leave it. But you put a question mark there and say, I did not understand the part, but there's likelihood that something did not go well. You see it? But because I cannot investigate it.
Shouldn't the LACC knows if George Weah knows that you cannot investigate and you're not supposed to go further and you're satisfied with what you heard, so you duck at it? Shouldn't they know that no other LACC or anybody else can come and touch that file because that is the law? What would be the point? The point of putting a question mark on it?
Amy, I'm not saying verbatim there's a question mark on it, but I'm just trying to tell you. When you're talking, I can be quiet, but when I'm talking interjecting, I can't be.
I'm just trying to tell you why I said that. We're just going by your word and said, but go ahead.
Yeah. So there are so many reports that date back to even Ellen Johnson Sirleaf time, right? Those reports are there, but they get statute of limitation on some of those reports. So if you go there and take a report and say, I want to find out, the place that which one coming from now is that LACC back then did not charge Samuel Tuer and these people because they said there was national security expenditure and that they did not have the right to go investigate and know exactly where people took the money, right? Because of national security. The government came out and said, no, we must know. People stole the money. Samuel Tuer stole the money. So we are indicting him. You see it? So when they indict, that's where the waste one coming from now. Because the first one did not indict because they felt that this was national security related and they didn't have the right, they did not have the access to national security files. So they wouldn't go beyond it, right? So they left it. These people came and said, no, we must investigate. Somebody stole the money here. So we're going to bring him back. Even out of the country, we'll bring him back or we'll send Interpol to arrest him to bring him back. That's what we said, which one is coming from. Because the first one did not indict him because it was classified information. Then I say, we declassify this information and we make sure that we prosecute this guy. Now they are prosecuting him, and yet we are today. He's not guilty.
We will declassify this information, George.
Yeah.
Well, let me put my own spin on it, right? Let me tell you something here.
Spin on it. I just
you did. You put a spin on it. You think they don't know any better. But let me tell you this, right? If
ahead.
LSCC knows that they are not supposed to audit that whatever place I will audit at, and that thing came up, they when they know they heard it that it went to some place and they believe it, they saw what happened to the money according to you, they wouldn't have put question mark on that case. They never had it was stomach or the long said spine at the time. They would probably, if that is true, that they had something to investigate it, because of why they were under the government that they had question mark on. That's what that is. So don't come tell us that, oh, they did because they know they couldn't tell me they're gonna. They will know that the next person that coming behind them. Or LCD not even they're attending position. They're not that easy to change or whatever. They know that those people will still not have the right or any power to do that. So they would clear as there's no harm done there, right? That's what they will put on that file. They will not say, oh, question mark, there's something fishy, and then you say you don't want nobody to investigate it. When they do, then I mean a witch hunt. First of all, second of all, there was 3 persons found guilty. That means it is established that money is somewhere in the air floating somewhere that nobody know or it did, right? That's why. But for them to lead the person who can release the money and say he wasn't found guilty of everything, and these people who were taking orders, who was them did the one who did the wrong, who did the one who did something wrong. That's like Bureau. We got that part right. Third. You're coming and say, oh, the government, we're influencing the judiciary, they influence the legislature, they do that, and they want something to, they won't wish they do that. You think if that was the case, your narrative that you're always flying around with, if that was the case, you think Samuel would be walking out of that court free today?
All right, so Amy, so let's get this thing straight. The LSCC did not investigate, the former LSCC that brought about this case did not investigate the national security apparatus. They investigated the consolidated account. The consolidated account is like a junction. If you pay tax, it goes there. The person pay tax, it goes there. The person pay due, it goes there. Everything comes here. So the account, then it get other rule. When somebody, when they pay salary, it go this way. They pay the one, it go this way. So that consolidated account is what was investigated, what was audited. It's done over and over. Yeah, it's done periodically. So when it was being investigated or being audited, they realized that $6.something million was sent to FIA account. And then they say, why? Because that's what auditors do. They ask questions. Why should the money be sent there? Then they say national security. They say, but national security money should not go to FIA account. It should go this way, right? So why did they go? They say, well, it doesn't matter where it goes, just when it's being expended. Yeah, listen. So people say it doesn't matter if it goes, because FIA is part of the national security, operation. So it doesn't matter which account it goes to. People say, okay, they left it like that. The other government came and said, because they want an FIA account, we want to investigate. They went to investigate. They investigated the account. They found that the Cuba man withdrew cash, $500,000. And now, where did he take the money? He said he took it to the boss. And once he took it to the boss, and boss said, yes, he gave the money to me. And then they asked him, what did you do with money? He said, I spent it on national security. Then they say, what are the national security things you spend it on? He said, I can't tell you because it's classified. So he said, okay, since you say classified, we'll indict you. Indict him, and then you go for Samuel 12 to go indict Samuel 12. Even though he got order from the executive mansion, you're seeing the letter that they wrote to him from the security advisor to the president that told him to disburse the money. You're seeing it. Then you see the letter that someone wrote to the bank to say you're getting money to these people here. Then you see the letter from the people say you're sending money in their account. Why am I go for cemetery? That the question I asked you to myself. Yeah.
So let me put it this way. I need you to be very, very honest.
Please, I will be. I've always been.
Yeah, right. If Gafuan order to give the China you explaining so, right?
Yeah.
And that happened, and somebody go withdraw $2 million or $3 million, and then they ask them, and then they say, "Oh, it's national security." I use the national security explanation. Will you, George, would have said on the show here today and tell, "Oh, Gafuan is a good man. He did it. Why come on. What about come on? The person ticket. It was for national security. It was for that. How you be talking here? Be honest with yourself. Or you'll be like, they lie because they want to come Steve, because they hit the other people, because it wasn't there, and something you that I know. Be honest. Not between you and anybody. Between you and your God. Be honest.
I'll be very, very honest. So this Saturday tomorrow, I'm going to church, and guess who's going to preach tomorrow?
Me.
So here's the thing. Yeah. So to this Saturday, so I said. So Amy, here's the thing, right? I will first ask, whose duty is it to disburse money for expenditure? Gafwan. Okay. What did Gafwan do? Gafwan did his duty by sending a letter to the bank to say, disburse the amount to these people. Right? To this committee, National Security Committee. Then what did he do again?
I'm recalling
he did nothing. Yeah, he did nothing. I said, okay, he did nothing. So he just disbursed the money and did nothing. Amy, I will not blame him. Because Amy, if you are giving orders to do, and guess what? It was the order that was given. You know why they converted that man of conspiracy, who is the national security officer to the president, to the former president. You know why they converted him? Because they realized that the money that he authorized it now, right? He authorized Senator to get the money. And then the money, they can't see where it came from. So they say he could now with the people because they converted people, they convert him too. They convert him for conspiracy because they realized that he gave Senator the order. Senator gave order to the bank because Senator worked to do to get order to the bank. So he get order to the bank. Then the people went to the bank and said, you're putting in the account, you're not putting in order account where you always go ahead. Now that's Senator basically there again. So why should you call Senator there? It was ridiculous what these people did, Amy. And I would not blame Gafwan. I don't like him. I don't hate Gafwan. I don't hate anyone anyway. But I would not blame him.
But politics. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, politics for me, that disagreement is not hate. I don't hate people when it comes to politics. Politics, you can be my friend today, you can be my enemy tomorrow, or my opponent tomorrow. Sorry, not enemy. Always use that word enemy, but I think it's strong.
That's why I'm using my bro.
So yeah, we can oppose views because Amy, at the end of the day, what we all want is a better Liberia. Guess what?
Don't come for such.
No. Let me break that one. Let me break a better Liberia. Guess what? Now, Amy, I know in your heart of hearts, Amy, you want a better Liberia. I want to be working for people to build their country here. I want to go back home to build my country, right? So everyone want a better Liberia, but how? In which lane?
I don't care who does it. I don't care. If somebody doing it, I don't care who you are. If you're not doing it, I don't care who you are.
I feel that Georgia policy is trickle down. Can you imagine? You're not working, then you get money from government. It's trickle down policy.
A policy trickle down was drugs and how they call it. So don't even get us out of here. But let's continue.
For saying I think that you are people pounds.
First of all, I did not get proud of me, okay? The quiet way, not me don't gonna take on my play. You just want to see my skin. You're not today. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, so let me.
Let me say it.
Okay,
so yeah, you come here defending, and you always come here, right, and defend everything. Like you know how these people were doing their do's and don'ts, and we all know Liberia. You can come here and act naive if you want to, right? We all know. If Samuel Ture had something to do with that, they would do it in a way that they would not be seen. So don't come here and kind of lecture us about this, that, and that. We know in court is a different ballgame. That everybody knows that, right? So we get it. But for you to come here and be telling they were here, they're asking, if anybody asking for that account, for that money, are people who are privileged to have information on that account. No boogeyman or Zoe devil would come from in the bush. Who doesn't have privilege to ask would be asking those people there. And then when they don't give them any answer, then they say, oh, we indicted them, we're doing it. That's not true. That is not true. That's a lie. Don't even come in and tell the people that. The fact that people were convicted, there's the money that is missing.
Amen.
The people who are privileged.
The reason why people were convicted because the jury were not told how the money was spent.
It's not about the juror. The people who indicted them, they have privilege to that information, and because they are not, I mean, they have what is it, right to those information, and because they are not getting it, that's why they were indicted in the first place. So it's like the juror is the last till to that information, and that's why it's something else. So it has nothing to do with the juror. The juror never went in there to ask them and indicted them. No, they were indicted and came to the court. That's how the juror was the last till to that something for information. So people who are privileged to that information, who's supposed to be privileged to that information, they're the one was asking for it and it wasn't given to them. That's what these people were indicted. So there's no wish on here. There's no something here. But today I want to ask you, George, do you trust the justice system in Liberia?
Yes.
Or should I say, do you still believe that President Boyka is still influencing the justice system, the judicial, well, same thing, the justice system and the house of what? The legislature.
House of politics. Amy, I will be very frank with you, and let me tell you, if I'm the president, blunt. You love booking people. That's the problem with you. Love booking people. Be blanc, eh? Yeah, I know why my former representative called it that blanc. But anyway, I'll be blunt, right? The thing is that if I'm a president in Liberia, I will do the same. And I'm sorry for when people hear that from me.
What?
I will have influence, even in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Because guess what? If as a president, if you don't have influence there, your agenda will not go through.
Well, that's a different thing you're talking about.
Yeah, but listen, but I say influence, Amy.
So no. The Constitution gave you that influence that you're talking about. But the one y'all be talking about is an illegal one. That's what the Constitution gave you the power. Okay, go ahead, finish up.
Yeah, so Amy, listen to this. I'll say the influence is that influence in that I will have my agenda through the house, and when I want something changed there, I will make sure it's changed for my own good, for how I want my country to be run. Because I am the number one person in the country. I am, when they say Liberia now, like Joseph Boakai, that he will be the first citizen in the country. So any repetition about Liberia, it reflects on him first. So if I'm the president of Liberia today, I will make sure that if I don't want you to be the speaker, you will not be the speaker. If I don't want you to be the pro tem, you will not be the pro tem.
Oh, just remind me now. I'm not voting for you. I'm not even campaigning for you.
Don't campaign
for that.
Don't campaign because guess what? Guess what? Because if I'm ready, I will call you to my house. I will call you to the house and say, look, guys, this is my agenda. I want you to support it. I want this how to do it. I want to make sure that every Liberian is roster. That means every Liberian is put on a list. We get a list of every Liberian or every household, so that at the end of the month, those who are not working, who don't have means, they will get more money in their account. And guess what they will do? They will do that because they know that if they don't want to, because they know if they don't want to do it, I can influence and remove her. You see it? Because I want somebody who can support my agenda. I will not want somebody that will oppose it. And it's true. So I don't blame them. But the only thing I hate is that when people lie, so the president is that. No, don't say that. What the president wants in Liberia, that what the president gets. Yes.
Okay, so
the one that can hurt me is when people deny the fact. When we look at the glaring fact, don't deny it. If I'm the president, I will do the same. Go ahead.
You calling that a fact, right? Without even seeing, but you telling us here that people should prove that Samuel Tuah was part of this money when we are seeing the glaring facts that Samuel Tuah has something to do with. Even George Weah has something to do with this money business. That other people could be taking one for the team. We all know the facts. Okay, so can we say that too? We know how these things works. We know how it works. We saw how Kabila and Janet was removed. We know how all of these things works in Liberia. Can we say that too? You want to come in and ask her for facts, but then you want to make a blanket statement about President Boakai, but in other places you want facts? So how is that fair, George? How is that? I asked you a question, you still haven't answered it. Is the justice system fair, or do you still believe that President Boakai was influencing and wanted Samuel Tour to go to jail and have influence over the justice system. Do you still believe that? After the verdict
the
today,
justice system to the jury system is credible.
what?
I don't feel confident if there was a judge on it, how they call it, trial. And that's why Samuel Tour was smart enough to call for a jury, because jury that more than 12 people giving their own mindset of what they are saying. That's why you call hung jury. Because other people say guilty, other people say no, not guilty. You see it? That's why you get a hung jury. So people got different minds. You getting me? But if it was just one man, the government was going to target on one judge and say those people are guilty, and they're going to be guilty. It was going to be easier to manipulate the outcome. That's what I'm trying to say. So for me, I've got more faith in the jury system, in the legal system, than a judge alone. How they call it?
So let me also try to step in the other to me again.
Yeah, you want to step in
The jury system. The jury system. We're talking about a place in our country where people can manipulate anybody with money, with cash. If that's what the case here, if President Bouaga wanted Samuel Tour to go to jail, if President Bouaga had any influence over the judiciary, and that was his aim, like you can go around pushing it, Samuel Tour going to go to jail. What you think, a juror were going to stop that if that's what he wanted? If they kind of influence you, your claim, the president has in the country, and something you thought Samuel Tour, 12 people were going to stop that if that's what he wanted to happen? You truly believe that?
Amy, yes, why it's tricky. I want you to learn this today. To bribe one person is easier than to bribe 12 people, even when you get the money. Because among the 12 people, there will be one person there who will say, because of my belief in God, my belief in fairness, I cannot take the money. And when they go on the radio, when they're talking, your whole name falls. That means the whole judicial system will be damaged altogether, beyond repair. So that why it's very strategic when you are going against the government, go for jury trial. Because those people that you pick, because the government pick people, you pick people too. So the people can come and sit and say, okay, we want jury number one. Then opposite have one jury. Then opposite say, we don't accept jury number one. They say, okay, let's bring another jury. Then we choose and say, we'll find out 12 people. So that 12 people are agreed upon by both sides. So the 12 people know that they both sides get confidence in us. That's why they selected us. So we are here to do a piece of job and we have to be impartial. So when you go to bribe, maybe you bribe 6 persons. The other 6 persons say, we can't accept bribe. Now hung jury, right? That means it will go back inside again. And then 7 people who you bribe now, they will now hold it in. They'll go and tell the whole world, say, the government will bribe me to say the person guilty. That's why it's always very, very tricky for a government when there's a jury trial. You can bribe 12 persons, and you don't expect that there will be divergence of thought, mindset in the people. Because, like you, Amy, when they put you on board and you listen to the evidence, Amy, you are know your government strong today. You listen to that evidence. You load up for instance, my people, I see you, me, I'm letting my business. All my mind, I thought I may work corrupt. But the thing you're pulling from here, I'm not able to say it because God will be, my conscience will not rest. So I can't say this. You see it? You will come to that correct conclusion. Even when you hate somebody, because myself, I guess some people I don't like. And not because I hate them, but I don't
hate anybody.
Yeah, I don't hate anybody, but I guess some people I don't like, right? But when it comes to fairness,
America today, let me make this clear because again, your CDC people, when we try to call these people, you make it look like we hit them, right? Somebody's talking about America today, he ain't got place to say I can get in room in my house or something. I don't hate them. I just don't like them running my country. That's it. How is that hard to understand? That's not how y'all make it look like people hate Josh Weir. I would never hate Josh Weir. I don't hate Josh Weir. I just don't like him being the president of the country. That's all.
Yeah, Amy, but guess what? Amy, that's a good position. I like that, right? Like for me, I don't like Bouaga ruling my country. You see it? But it has to be subjective. It is just subjective, right?
Make it look like when somebody says something that make it sounds like, oh, they hate it, man. There's something they want to wish on, they do that, they just lie on it. Y'all need to cut that out. That is not a way to something you just said here tonight. Politics is or whatever, it's disagreement. It shouldn't have
disagreement, not
when you disagree with policies and all of that. When you're
Amy, there's a thin line. There's a thin line there.
There shouldn't be any.
There's a thin line. You know what a thin line? Like if you say you disagree with Joe, Then I can't ask, and you say when you say George slap, let's say George slap Zeze, Raymond Zeze, right? Somebody can tell you. Then you say, I hate George for doing that. What George ought to know it better. You know, I should be slapping people. You know what I mean? And then you must have me. Then I say, Amy, they say I slap Raymond. Well, Raymond in America, way in Australia, how would slap the man? Then you say, oh, so on the 24th, you are not in America. I said, no, I just come in. They say, oh, so they put me a lie on you. Amy, that's exactly. But guess what? If I come to you and say, Amy, I'll in Australia. I'm not here on the 24th. They say you lie, you're here. It's here.
Well, that's what I can be doing.
So when you say you lie, you're here, then I say, Amy, then I get disagreement now. That hatred here. Because I'm telling you, there's everything. Yeah, my body pass, yeah, my CK here, yeah, the time came here, body pass, everything here. You still believe that I was
exactly. That is a clear.
There's a line cross. There's a line
cross. That is a clear line there, right? That you can see. If you need to still have the beliefs that somebody is wrong about something, then people who are running a country, actually running a country, who has, and this thing you're making it seems like, oh, people lie. They say Summerton stole. They say George Weah stole. These things are things that your own people that were working with George Weah, like you said, you can fool the other people, you can do the one, but you can something everybody else, right? You can something with everybody, right? They have people in your government who spill the bees, like all over the place, and you're still wanting like
what they
former or what's his name, chairman. They want to claim to be the
the chairman, Molu.
Supposed to be Mr. Law. And
so you believe Lego talk now? They mentioned our Lego talk. You still believe it?
You see there?
The man said it came and said Lego talk. He said I'm Lagos, but he said believe it.
That's where it comes out. So
since then, the same man I said a bad thing. He came by and said our Lagos talk.
Okay, then we have believed that he believes there was a Lagos talk incident. Why did he put him on the side for the rest of his life? In the whole 6 years. Why did he put him on the side? Why did he put him the minister that Lagos talk? I forgive him and silence him. Yeah, these people came out. People came out that were confessing these things. They were spilling the bees all over the place. And people were seeing it. What was happening? They don't want to talk, they lie. That's the thing I don't like to see, because I think everybody a fanatic of these people, because that's what y'all are. Y'all idolize the people there, and y'all makes it look like there's nothing wrong they can do. When we talk about, you had the audacity, George, to talk about ungratefulness. When we were talking about this lady, the former president, Samuel Kanye Doe's daughter, venting out her outrage towards George Weah. You were bullying this girl, this woman on Facebook, putting animal pictures near her pictures and everything. But then you want to come tell George Weah, like, remember what he know? He was not playing football when he claimed he talking to President Joseph Nima Baka. He never did it when he was playing football. He knows something doing Liberian was something sitting over Liberian Post money. He claimed that everything he did was personal favor, and people should be kissing up to him. You'll sit here and kind of buy into those things, right?
So,
and carry it around. But then y'all don't want to listen to when everybody else says something about we all there hear him. They this, that. They won't wish him. But everything this man says out of his mouth, what did something? Y'all believe it, you're wrong with it.
Yeah, so Amy, Amy, here's what I want to say to that.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the problem is that Liberian people want fairness, they want accountability, but when you apply accountability, they can complain. If I was George Weah, I was going to sideline Mobile Molo and even remove him. Here's why. As a leader of the party, you have to be accountable. If you be reckless enough to go and say things against the party or the presidency and then claim it to be Lagos talk, you are not competent to hold that position that you held. But because George Weah being a fair person, as a president, the party chairman is higher than you in the party range.
We didn't see that.
No, but Amy, I'm talking about structure. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
you are powerful you're powerful in the whole country, but in the party, when you go to meeting, you can chair the meeting. The party chairman can chair the meeting. He determine what is on the meeting.
Everybody pissed off the judge behind that party. Stop that.
Let's look at it. But guess what?
That's the structure, but you know, in CDC is a different ballgame.
No,
you be honest about that.
Amy, listen now. You gotta listen to me too. So here's the thing. It was contrary. Mova Molo are not going to end the term. If President Weah was that vindictive person who say, because I'm the most powerful person, I will remove anybody I want to remove, Mova Moni are not going to end the term. But Mova Moni, after that Legoton, he spent more than 2 years in that position.
But thing was
that President Weah no longer trusted him. So and anybody will do that. When you trust somebody who says something that about you, who live in the house to go up and say you can wear the best.
I never talking about that. Judge Weah wanted to, but he was advised that if he does that, it will look bad on his part that because Barbara Money has Molu or whatever had put his butt out. So he something. So he kept that very into himself and was not even the whole something. He kept that in himself doing the campaign. That Eugene Nangwe, instead of the campaign chair being responsible and being something and being trusted, but no, he had that venom inside of him because he was trying to keep what face. He was trying to make it seem like this guy, and wish everybody know this man was not drunk, he was not stupid, he was not. There's nothing there that was legal talk for you to sit down here and say all of that. Everybody knows that. Everything that was happening, that's what he was gossiping. He was not. He didn't come aside.
Hold on for a second.
He got recorded. So how was that liquor talk? There were only 2 persons sitting there. The man was as sober as whatever. He was not talking like he was slobbering or whatever all over the place, and he was drunk. Give me that. Do you see, Josh? That's why when you come on here, you want to call yourself Mr. Fair, Mr. Dead, Mr. Honest. It's something because you are not. When it comes to CDC, everything about George Weah and the CDC is right, but you can only have your right and wrong glasses on when it comes to the other side, and that's not being fair. That's not honesty. That's deception.
Let me push back a little bit. I've come on a show and I told you that President Weah actually sidelined him. Mova Molo. That takes guts to say that. That tells you that I'm not a sycophant. Some people will come here and tell you, say, for example, they need to remain say high position. No, because look, Amy, my eating bona in my kitchen. So I would say the truth as a CA. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Let me tell you, President Weah could remove Mova Molo, and guess what? Because President Weah does not have the power to remove him. But guess what? He was going to tell the executive members they can elect the chairman. The executive members. He has influence over them. You could tell him, say, your
I know that. You don't have to tell me. Everybody knows that.
If you are that vindictive, you have called the how they call it, executive committee members and tell them, say, guys, I'll get your money. I want Mova Molo to be removed. You're going to call special session and remove him.
But Judge, I already told you why he didn't do that. It's not like he didn't want to do it. I already told you why he didn't do that. People have asked him not to do it. Because the way it will go for him.
There's no facts to that, but that's your opinion.
Oh, okay.
We have to accept the fact. We have to accept no, it's my opinion as well. We will accept it. So here's the thing, Amy. The problem with us is that accountability is something that you lose all the time. But when we sit down outside, we want accountability inside. But when we enter inside, we don't want accountability anymore. But we accuse you of the same thing.
You just got me upset right now.
There you go. You have too much trouble. You know the thing is that. So look, today I see that this is a big victory for the rule of law. I feel that Liberia stood at a crossroad throughout this case. This case was a very tricky one myself. I couldn't sleep for this verdict. I sat up in my bed. I put my bed sheet over me. I was watching the thing. And certain time when they were coming to cemetery, verdict, there was no sound on the video. I was so pissed off. I was looking. I went to change channel because I was watching on spoon, and my heart was. It's like I was the one on trial for
what
no
does
reason.
That say? What does that say?
Yeah, for no reason. Guess what?
No, there's a reason.
No, here's the reason, Amy. Here's the reason. For the reason that I'm thinking about all those who are involved, their families, right? Because there's not one person on trial there. Now, hundreds and hundreds of people on trial there because most of the people, they are the breadwinner of their entire family. And that's why the article said, that's why the lawyer of this defendant said, he said, your verdict today will save the lives of many, many people. Your verdict will save these people sitting down here. Your verdict will do this,
Wow.
will do that. So I understood that and profoundly. And I feel that, and I still believe that if Senator was guilty, let him be guilty, Amy. We have to have
When
a
you're
country
doing
where,
your heads,
if he was,
sweating, but he felt guilty.
yeah, but Amy, I can swear, but still, I want the writing to be done. I'm scared.
Stop it there, George.
If you go and take exam, when you take exam, even when you study, you can be afraid.
That was his exams, okay? So
Yeah, you
that's
can be
a
afraid.
different thing. You
Because
never
you don't know the outcome. You don't know the outcome, so the anxiety can hit you. And when it hits you in the face, you can start sweating, right? So I was sweating, but guess what? I still had in mind, I said, if somebody is actually guilty, let them be guilty, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
But when they are not guilty, let them be not guilty. Let's be fair in this country for once. Let's make sure that things go right.
For once. When it comes to Islamic food, and then I fairness now.
But for once, you get called about not treated fairly. For once, all these people that are speaking against Councillor Bongo, they are not treated fairly in the country. All these people are not treated fairly. So for once, let the case go fair. Guess what? Even the burning of the Capitol building, right? Can you imagine? They almost finished the whole case. The government said they disband all the jury. There is no evidence of any juror tampering, but because they knew that they can't lose the case, they disband everybody.
Have they even tried? Have they even started?
The trial was almost finished. Yeah, it almost finished. Then
the Capitol building trial?
Yes. Yes, I mean, the case was almost completed. Yeah, it was, guess what? I think they were about to go for final argument, closing argument, and then the government came by and said they disbanded the juror. And then they asked them, so what happened? Is there any evidence of juror tampering? They said no, but it is banned. Then you know what they said? They want to change the venue. They want to get the case out of town. So before you get the case out of town, you gotta get reason why you don't want it to be tried in that place there. You get me? That's why the case talk.
But if you say the case is already being trialed, you cannot do it in the middle of the game. If you wanted that, that's what the government is doing. So unless I see that, George, I don't believe what you're saying here. But speaking of you get qualified, let's listen. Yeah. First of all, let me wrap on the way you not wrap up to on the whole thing here, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing about government lying, I think this should put a lid on there. You guys should stop it.
Okay.
It was proven today that money is missing. Right? Mm-hmm. That's what 3 person was found guilty. One of the 3 people took one for the team is yet to be known, right? That's that business. But there is a money that was missing that Sametua was a part of disbursing that money, that fund, giving orders. So it's not a wish hunt. Mm-hmm. Let's put that. And the whole thing that the person has, or he's the one, like, I guess he's the judiciary, he's the legislature, he's the executive. Y'all need to put an end to that too. This prove you're wrong as well. It proves you're wrong about all of your. It just all the thing you're saying here. When it's on your side, then you say, "Oh, it's good." Today, I dare any of y'all out jumping around today. If that verdict was going to say something to against it, you, George, were going to come here and start criticizing everything and start saying they wish on, they do this, they do that. And we need to stay away from that. Sametua won the case. He won. If there was nothing there, they claimed there was nothing there that was proving or whatever, he won the case. That should be good, right? The next one that happen is somebody lose the case. You should feel the same way too, but don't come and try to nitpick or the jury or this, but then the judges not there. It makes no sense. You either trust the justice system or you don't. You can't have your cake and eat it at the same time. Okay? So we need to stay away from that. Nobody is hunting anybody. President Walker is way far away from that. This man is thinking about how to develop Liberia. He's doing his hardest. He's not even listening to your noise that you're making all over the place. People insulting him, that he can even born and do all of that. Nobody bothering him. He doesn't care. And you can hear it in everything that he says. He's focused on Liberia, not 2029, not anybody running around. But whatever, when we say we want fairness in our country, we shouldn't be choosing who it should be and who it shouldn't be. That's the whole thing. When it comes to cities, nobody should say anything about cities. They're above the law. If anybody does say, oh man, they are waste something, they are this, they are that, people need to stop that. These kids should be the one. It should be the one to right now. If anything happens from now on, y'all come on and be talking all kind of things about the justice system or anybody, the person influencing the person, the one doing it, the person doing that. Nobody will take you seriously because you just want it one way, and that would is already exposed. But that would even make it more clearer to people that that's exactly what you're up for, and you're not up for peace, or you're not up for justice, or you're just wanted to be CDC and its official above the laws, and that's not right. That's not what's supposed to. It doesn't matter who you are. If you've done something wrong, I think you should pay for it. And there's clearly something wrong here, but they say Summit wasn't a part of it. That's what the court said. Okay, case closed, right? The whole thing about they lie, let's get rid of that because there's no lies that were told here. We seen somebody was held accountable for it. That will prove to you that there was no lie told here about that money. So let's go to the this thing you brought up. You get called by Benet, which I'm over this too. But since we brought him up, let's just show you on the screen, George.
What thing?
My, you know my own thing there.
What did you show on the screen again?
They my account, whatever.
You're frozen, yo.
Oh, okay. I can take that in my account showing. I'll take the frozen part. So yeah, I'm
the way you said it, then I was shocked. My thing showing. I said,
That's a nasty man that you got all over the place. Let's focus on the show. That's what we're here for.
I didn't say anything. My mom was just running around. You leave here, yeah.
Bring it right back in the show. So I'm trying to play this video here, right? I don't know if Basket Job, I don't know how it goes Parliament. Do you have that video?
Which video?
The one with the ECOWAS Parliament, the guy that was Nigerian that was speaking in there.
No.
Trying to send in Liberia about the giving report, and they didn't give anything concerning Guinea and blah blah blah. Where? Oh.
I know, Mamina Greece.
No, I'll play her respond. Brady respond.
Yeah, her response for me, she made her shame. Her English was so terrible.
Really?
Yeah, English was so terrible. I just
so let me play this guy. Let's play this guy, and let's go to that lady respond and see who has a terrible English.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do that. But before then, right? I don't want to play the video, but we just witnessed something that was done. That's something similar to what happened to that lady in Ray there. After the 2023 election, a girl kind of went through similar thing yesterday, right? Ray Light Market. George, I am so upset. I don't even know what to say, but you go ahead.
But Amy, your image is paused.
I know. I'm trying to get the video for some reason. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So look, Amy, let me go ahead. Why you said that? Look, I did not see the video, Amy. And being a guy who has
you don't want to see it, it's horrible.
Yeah, dominated by girls. I got almost 7 girls in my family because we are like 12, I think. And all the girls, only one of them is older than me. So I see them as my responsibility as their big brother, So seeing what I heard, because one of my instructor, he's a pastor, he's called Reverend Dr. Jimmy Kua. He posted about it, and I went on his post and commented as well. This is ridiculous, Amy. I don't know why people think they got it right to tell other people how to dress. I don't want to look at the immorality of somebody dress cool, but it does not give you the right, Amy, to go and naked the person further. The thing you say was bad, The person dressed bad, but then you go make it worse, and then you think it's a good thing. That's why I want to use this opportunity. You know, Gregory is a good guy. You know, I don't hate Gregory. I've always liked his demeanor. You know what I mean? I think he's a nice guy, and I want to thank him.
I do too. I like his demeanor too.
Yeah, I like what he's doing, and I just want to appreciate that the people got arrested for this, and those people should be tried. Those people should be tried and to be set example upon that people will see them, and every day they should give us updates how they treat them, how many years they're going to jail, what they're going to do, the penalty for them. Let them make it explanation so everybody can hear it, so that people won't do those things anymore. You know, for some of us, if I were there, I would just sit down and enjoy myself with the side. You know, you know.
Are you serious?
Amy, I'm just trying to be, you know, a little bit humorous, but the thing is that I would just sit there and see that, oh, she wants to dress any way she wants to do. It's all right to dress any way she wants to, Amy. You either like it or you don't like it. You walk away, Amy. You're not supposed to be there. A public place is not for you.
It's not for you. It's not your private living room.
It's not a private place. In your private place, you can determine what is there. In the public, you cannot determine what is in the public. If she was completely naked, that's public nuisance, right? The police can come and arrest her. Just like we go vigilante and make mob justice. That's exactly what happened down there. It's not called for. It shouldn't be. That country is a country of law and order. Not a country of men or vigilantes. No. And I regret, you know, and I just want to say I'm so sorry to that lady. I only saw the picture because that's what was posted. Because I think people felt I was too graphic to show, so they just, you know, I haven't seen the video, and I don't want to see it because what the description I've seen on the internet, I think it was a really bad incident. So I apologize for this lady, and I hope that Liberian people learn from these things. They go to watch Naja, Vibra Naja. They see all these things. But when it comes to like when they see other things, they enjoy it. I want to watch all the time. What on camera you see people sleeping with each other. They like it. It's okay. But when it comes to, you know, somebody dressing the way they want to dress, they buy. But they enjoy it when they watch people having private time on TV. It's ridiculous, I mean. So look, I just want to apologize, and I hope that the national police can charge these people and put this sentence into court so that they can know exactly when they say that in South Beach and they're in poverty playing checker. That's when they would know that what they did was actually crazy, and it shouldn't be permitted in our society. So yeah, Amy, that's
right. You're right, George. You know, I did not want to watch the video either because I know what happened like 2.5 years ago, right after the election. That thing really had me traumatized, and I was really upset with people from my country. Like, I don't know, people have turned to animals, right? In the country. These bush rats, and I'm not going to be nice about it. These bush rats that someone that brought in the interior building, zoom around all over the place to be stuck in Monrovia, they think they have the right to discipline somebody. Who the hell do you think you are?
You are.
That is not your child. That is not your wife. That is not your girlfriend. That is not your sister. That is, even if it's your sister, that is not how you discipline her. Now, I would not dress like that. That is not my style of doing it. But that doesn't give me the right to do that to her or to Georgia. I can advise her. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
She alone and her maker. That is between her and her maker. It's not you're not feeding her. Yeah. And people are too emboldened to be doing stupidness like that. They don't even know that right from their wrong. They're sitting there with their stinking stuff and think they have the right to be doing that to somebody's child or somebody's sister or somebody or wife or whatever. I don't know her.
Amy, just for injection. And you know, under the CDC government, that did not happen. As soon as Biden won the election in 2003, that's when the thing happened the first time, and now it happened again.
There are some things you don't put politics in. Let's stop that. The same human being that were there. If there were decent human being in there, it would be decent. The same Bruna, drugs taking, useless fooling. I think they can just get up and do something like that. Like you said, if you think she was naked, what the hell what you did to her was indecent. You think that's how?
I thought it's all about Lapo and put it around her
Exactly. And make noise behind her or
instead of
or
making
something
her.
like that. So that is way better.
Bunch
Which is not right.
bunch of honey boys.
Go and go and live for her and be. Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
Just hearing it, I feel so sick to my stomach that somebody think they have the right to put their hands on another person because of what they think is indecent or whatever. What do you even know about decency if you would do something like that to somebody else?
Exactly.
You're nothing but a bush rat who don't know anything about civilization, and everybody have the right to their own choice to make. What do you think is sitting in a village or in your pot farm that you think you can put your hands? And Gregory really, like you said, he really needs to take this seriously because it's becoming a pattern in our radar area. And it needs to be nipped in the bud. Seriously. Liberia is not a country. Imagine people seeing this on the internet. Said this is what happened in Liberia. This and this happened. That is not a good look. And I feel bad for her. I don't know her, and I can imagine how traumatized she must be because these things not like when you're not expecting something like that to happen to you, and it did. And then people have the audacity to be on here putting pictures up on the internet, just trying to expose them. What about protecting her identity and trying to something? What are you doing? Why are you showing her pictures all around on your blog and trying to be what famous or trying to do? This is the girl that was naked in bread. This is the girl. What's the point to that? We're talking about it here. I'm not showing her. I don't want to show her face.
No. That girl be so traumatized that she will sleep with James Jackson on.
Yes, you don't do that to people. They already did something that was wrong to her. There, you want to talk, just talk about it and condemn it and do whatever you have to say about it. But don't be posting her pictures all over the place. That's not nice. If people didn't know her, I heard about it. I don't know who she is. I didn't even know what her face was like. People who were not there, George, when they see the pictures and if they were wearing whatever, they know who she is now.
Yeah, they do.
You don't do that. Their whole face with it, some people, they Liberian people, they make it so nasty sometimes. They take them, what is supposed to be for every little thing. They want to put on Facebook. They're going to put Finny Ryan on. They by the lane, they want to be on the day by the notes and be showing it on Facebook. What are you doing that for? People inventing, wedding something. How sure are you that I want my event to be on Facebook?
Exactly.
Some of them, they don't even invite them. You don't even know me. You going putting something on and shooting and playing live and doing this. That's so illiterate and contrary. You need to get out of that silly behavior. Seriously, I'm not going to be nice about this. This was wrong. What was done to that girl? And people who are posting her pictures around need to stop it. And they need to be arrested. Not even feed them. They need to whoop them. I don't care about human rights. She's a human too. What was done to her? You think she doesn't have right? They need to beat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what they need to be doing to them. So next time anybody want to do it, they would think twice before they do it. They'll do it to another person. That is wrong on all counts, and they need to stop it. You may not agree with the way she dresses. That's fine. We all have different something. That is between her and her maker, not you. You're not God. Here's someone in class that the most nastiest thing that Georgia can do that nobody knows about. How dare you and want to come do and you think you have the right to be disciplined to discipline somebody? Like you. They should all rot in jail. That's what should happen. And with that, yeah, man. The thing every time I didn't want to something, but just for us to get our view on it, it's so upsetting, and it's such it make your country look like this barbaric place, or people who are still in the wild. Have just no civilization and behaving like this. Seriously. It needs to stop. And Gregory Coleman really needs to take this seriously because he needs to pull a lid on that. They need to know that Liberia is not a wild west that anybody can just get up and do whatever and people can be protected. And you see people standing around too and they can't stop. I don't get it. Man. Seriously. Not only the development that we're talking about in Liberia, not just infrastructure development, the human mindset.
Mhm.
Those hooligans. Is that hooligans? Is that those Chinatown and multiple? Yeah, seriously. Their mindsets. They need to renew it. They need to
Daniel,
wash it. Also, because if they had a right mindset, they wouldn't be doing stupidness like that. They wouldn't. Seriously, they need to develop their minds too, and nobody can help them, but the law can do that. Grabbing it and putting it in prison, staying there, that will help them to renew their minds. But let's listen to this, right, George, and give your view on it. Oh no, not again.
no sound.
Why does it always do this? George, do you have it? You can play it. Okay,
Send it to me, I can play.
Oh, let me just play this song so it'll be there, and let me play the sound because this is ridiculous. I don't know why I always every time I save video is doing this. This is not.
Usually on the software you can look for the sound on the software, not on the app itself, not on our page, but look at the sound from you and click it.
Yeah, but and I never used to have problem with this. I don't know why.
Yeah, play the sound.
Hold on, let me play this sound. Not again, man. So this is what happened to this lady too. Okay. Okay, so I explain. Sorry, y'all. You're back. JJC. Okay.
Now somebody in Canada will hear me in the next 2 seconds. If a member by today, given the issues between at war by today, given the issues between Liberia and Guinea, everybody condemned, including this parliament, we issued a statement. And Liberia will come here and tell our Koreans and not mention it. Like there's no regard for the issues that have put our hearts on the line. We need to know what has happened. And in the process of trying to find out the truth about the situation, a lawmaker spoke about it. The world is a global village. What I'm saying here now, somebody in Canada will hear me in the next 2 seconds. If a member of parliament to couple up and say, this is a true position, that he believes that these territory belong to Guinea, what Nigeria could do would be to spare the man from parliament. And we are here presenting. I don't know what the court Nigeria has presented. I need to know what are happening. What is it that made them to withdraw? What is it that made them to expel somebody who was attempting to tell it? If we're not prepared to tell the truth and live by it, we better shut down what we are calling democracy and define it in our own languages and follow through. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, George, let's talk about this before we bring Representative Breach on the fund, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
I mean, I just wish I knew this man so that I can put it on my back.
Okay.
To thank him for raising that concern, because even in Liberia, we don't know what is happening. I mean, I think you live in America. President Trump, almost every day, he tells you exactly what is going on in
no, he doesn't.
So let me finish. I hear, but I can see on the news every time talking about what is happening in the war with Iran, with the Iranians. We're always giving updates, what is happening, how he throwing bomb dead is like music to him now. Even though I hate that, but he gives you guys updates about what is happening. Our president, on the other hand, is a bobo. He does not say anything about this thing. People want to he's pursuing a diplomatic means. I mean, diplomatic means is also telling ECOWAS. That's diplomacy. ECOWAS not going for anybody, but making a report to ECOWAS, hello, my people came on our land. So can you guys help to talk to them so they can move? That's diplomacy there as well. But even ECOWAS does not even know, Amy, what is going on. Only our president knows what is going on. And when you go ask questions, they want to remove you. For me, it's shaking it. But you know what, Amy? What the president is, that's what the country becomes. For instance, when our president, when he used to wear the purple suit, everybody must have about one suit too.
Now you're fanatics, they were doing it, not everybody.
I mean, plenty of people are doing that. You woman, so you can't wear purple suit, so I'm going to blame you. You miss out on our honor. But I will tell you that the way the president is, or the way the president takes himself, that's how almost the country, that's why the country takes that person. Because our country, our president has turned into somebody who is keeping speech from the people and say he won't cause them. That's why you can talk to them. Talking about, I know, I can't expect, after this thing happened, the judgment, I know exactly what the president will say. He will just say, when a dog jump in the fire, what a dog.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to one point. He said, well, the last door, probably he said, but can I come out with a daughter here again?
Without the dog,
I was crying. He said, hey, Papa, but can I come out with a daughter here again?
No, me, I know straight. As soon as I get up with Maggie, next time you say, when dog jump in the fire, hey, get jump outside. Yes. So when dog jump outside, don't hold it, you just let it go. So let them go. That's what you will say. So Eddie, the thing is that our president has refused to speak to us about what is happening about our own country, our sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
So he said it when he came from Guinea. He said he has spoken to the Guinean president and the army was being withdrawn. But that same day, the army was rushing to the border to occupy the land. Since that time, President Bouakai has never said anything to anybody. He owes us explanation, Amy. This is our land we are talking about. He works for us. He's already been informing us, some of people. We negotiating with the people, but yeah, where we are. Because a diplomacy we pursuing, right, Amy? Here's where we are. We are spoken to the United Nations to come in our aid. We are spoken to them. We also requested the French authority to come and talk. You know, those are diplomatic means, and we appreciate, Amy. But how can I even go now? Even when I go to my working place, the army say, "Oh, man, we heard that the Guinea were on your territory. Are they still there?" Then I'll say, "Yeah, they're still there." So what's going on? I'll say, "I don't know," because our president refused to speak to us about these issues. I mean, so how do we expect our parliamentarians who go to join their friends there to go say anything that the president did not say anything about? I mean, I don't blame them for not putting it on their books, Amy, or not putting in a report because they have no idea, and it's already made it simple. No idea, nobody knows. The only person that knows what's going on is President Bouakai. The only person that knew it was Yahya Kourba, who they took from there. So but the one he said from his survey, he knew something about it. Yeah, he knew that the land for Guineans. So you cannot know it. And Bouakai knows. So when you know, and Bouakai will tell you from there. So that's why they removed Yahya Kourba. So now President Bouakai is the only one that knows what's going on. But I mean, for him to have the decency to come and tell the Liberian people, my people, yeah, it's a view.
George, so here's my take on this whole thing. Right?
Huh?
Here's my take on this whole thing, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not denying the fact that you're supposed to know things, right? But to a certain extent, you're supposed to know it. We just talk about national security being from the onset of this conversation, right? Mm-hmm. So don't come in Bob Bonds, rule change. No. Secondly, this is the reason why Yahya needed to be expelled. And thank goodness they did it. The colleagues did it. And you come here telling us again that Bouakai owns the legislature. The conversation we just had. The next thing will be the judiciary again. But when on the other side, then everything changed. But anyways, this is why Yahya needed to be removed. And he was. Thank God. You hear what our man standing in the ECOWAS parliament saying? He has no clue of our constitution. He has no clue about our country. Bullering, whatever, he doesn't. But guess what? He calling what Yahya was saying. That's true. Why? Because Yeke is a so-called lawmaker. This is what we was talking about when we came on the show the last time. You can say it, I can say it, but when I so-called honorable says it, it's a different meaning altogether. Listen to him. And when you want to tell the truth, because he was saying the truth, what does he know about the truth? What does he know about Liberia? So he knows the truth now. What is he wanting to hear?
Amy, can I
no, let me finish. Okay. What is he want? What does he want to hear? Because Yeke said it from his mouth, and Yeke is in the house, and Yeke was removed all of a sudden. Told him now, Yeke was saying the truth. When Yeke has no clue, he couldn't even restate what he was saying because he got caught with his pants down. He doesn't even know how to survey district number 10 before we'll talk about Liberia's border. All of the one he think that was inner politics he was playing, and this man who's standing in that parliament knows nothing about our constitution, anything like that. He doesn't. But he claimed that somebody was saying the truth because it came from a lawmaker's mouth. That's why what Yeke did was wrong. That's why it was treasonous. That's because he what? That is like selling your country when you, as a lawmaker, supposed to be protecting your country. He knows nothing. Yeke knows nothing about this. His own house surveying. He knows nothing about it. Before we'll talk about Liberia's and Guinea's border or anywhere else in Liberia or district number 10. He doesn't. But because he felt like everything, when you open your mouth wide and stretching it and talking, that I mean that politics. We're talking about something between two countries now. He thinks that he and Bwaga, girlfriend and boyfriend, he coming out to open his wide mouth to say it, to talk about. Which I know for a fact he regrets today. He wish he never said that the frustration all behind him. He running all over the place and he campaigning. He trying to stage somebody attacking him and everything just so he would gain relevance because nobody pay him no mind. This is what we always talk about, and you don't want to come here and play politics with it. This is not politics. And exactly what we were saying. And we said this man, Yeke Koloba's voice was one of the soundbites in Guinea, pushing that propaganda. But they put up in it. Oh yeah, one of that lawmakers said that's what he's saying. He's saying that in ECOWAS parliament too. So I am so glad, and kudos to those the speaker, the deputy speaker, and the rest of the people who signed to expel Yeke. Kudos to them. They did nothing but for that country. If they had never done anything, this was the best thing they had ever done. Because of that rhetoric that he was spilling out there and pushing in people's brain who don't even know anything about Liberia politics or know anything about Liberia or constitution or their bordering or their wherever that country starts or ends. They know nothing about it, and they want to open their mouth and say something because they heard a lawmaker. They believe the lawmaker should know. They believe he should be knowledgeable. He should know. Sad thing, they don't even know this. All the lawmaker that we got, he's not that type. He will confess that himself. He's not educated. He doesn't know it. But because he's sitting there, because people don't expect people to vote for people who don't know anything. So they're thinking he knows. That's what they play his sound bites. They saying what he said. And this is why he needed to be removed. And thank God he did. And let me play a video of what a response.
But can I say something before you go ahead to play another video? Thank you. Amy, I don't know where you're getting your narrative from. Probably you watched too much of Albert Blair.
What narrative? Yeah, because I don't have my own head.
Because the thing
is, you can go wrong with the crowd. Don't tell me don't disrespect me like that.
No, I'm not disrespecting you, but I'm talking about talking to you.
You can be posting that what? No, don't disrespect me like you're talking about our blame or whatever. He has his own something, and I have my own. What I said was that what he said too? Then it must be
probably because those are the people you listen to. So I don't know. But look, let me go ahead with what I'm trying to say, Amy. The man who was speaking in the parliament, he know what international law is, what boundaries are. And the man already made mention, he said their parliament, the ECOWAS parliament condemned Guinea from the beginning when that happened. If you listen to him clearly again, you would say,
I heard what he said.
He said they condemned Guinea. So they are looking forward to see what Liberia is doing about that situation. That's why it's there today, because they made a statement. They wrote a statement condemning Guinea for doing what Guinea did to us. So what is Liberia doing? Why is the report not in their report? Why can they have status report that this is what Liberia has done since that thing happened? This is what is happening. That's what he's asking. Liberia should make report to them, because that's what that's what ECOWAS is for, Amy. That's why when you go in there, you go there because they also, the laws they make in there, they affect all the countries that are part of ECOWAS. So if you look at anything today, they are like, for all the countries that are part of ECOWAS, that are parliament there, that are lawmakers there. So they make law in there that affect Liberia, that affect everybody else. So when they go inside and when they make a law and say, if somebody steals from a country, when they run to your country, you must deport them to that country where they came from. That ECOWAS, that when you're part of ECOWAS, that law governs you. So they are almost like our parliament, Amy. They are not extra people. They are not different people sitting there somewhere. They are only representative of that union, because we are part of the union. That ECOWAS is a union, it's a body. So when you're part of that body, the laws you make is for everybody. It's not for Nigeria alone. It's not for Liberia alone. So when something happens to a member country, the same way you will carry how they call it, you will carry peacekeepers there, or people to go and fight to solve that problem. That's how it is, Amy. You got to make sure that and these things are cohesive. People take responsibility. So for the fact that our people are not making any progress, they are not saying anything, is rude to the people that was so angry because of
let me thank you for the whole rundown about who those guys are, because I don't know. I do know.
Yeah.
In your head, you think I don't know. But first of all, what I'm saying is that you claim to know every border, they know every something. Then why is he asking questions if they know every borders? Okay. What I'm saying is that he knows nothing.
Behind you, or are you asking that question?
I'm asking you because you talking about because he knows that. No, he doesn't. That's why he asking for.
He doesn't know what we are doing about it, but he knows that Guineans are on our land.
Let me talk. Oh, you say he's asking to know. If he knew, he wouldn't be asking. And first of all,
he knows that Guineans are on our land, but he doesn't know what Liberia is doing about that. That's why he wants progress reports from Liberians.
I heard what you said, George, and I'm responding. Please let me talk. I heard all of that. You said it more than 10 times when you're giving your something. And like I said again, you say he knows of border lines. He knows about this. He knows about that. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't ask for a report, but for him to come and make the assertion that Yeges was trying to say the truth, and that's and remove it. That's why he fell short at, and that's why he was wrong, because he knows nothing. He doesn't even know that Yege is limited. So because Yege is a lawmaker, so he think Yege knows the truth. He didn't know Yege was playing politics. He didn't know Yege was something, so he knows nothing. It's his right to ask. Oh, what are they doing? Oh, what are the reports? That is his right. Nobody's stopping him from doing that. But going beyond of what he said is what I'm responding to. Why did he make that assertion? Because what he heard, Yeke said he said it plain. We don't have to go scavenger hunting for why did he say it? Why did he say it was the truth? He says it. He said it. So don't come. Let's care about who he.
You want me to make a comment on that, Amy?
I do know.
The reason he quoted.
Respond to him because I think that was a complete takedown. No, but you already not respond. We can be going back and forth with it. You have a bigger issue in your country that is you're not giving a report, or then you want to have the audacity to talk about somebody doing something. Why people are getting killed every day? People are getting something every day. They're hiding and said this. Then you want to come in, want to act like they what? That's why they say when you live in a glass house, do not store stone. Okay? And let me play my girl because she really took him down, and I like that. Nobody's saying he shouldn't ask for a report. That's not what I'm saying. Don't pay a million politics you know nothing about.
I saw Honorable Beyonce, which I'm going to crown as the father of the parliament in June, talking to us like little kids, like we are the one that don't talk the truth. When he comes here and gave a report that is so impartial, talking about security, thank God it's not you alone that look on the internet. We do also. When you look in the north of the north and central north, you have Kaduna, you have a lot of other places. that kidnapping is going on every day. People cannot go there. No security issue there. You're talking about election. How are those people going to vote? When your time will finish here, I hear you talking about size of the nation. Size of the nation is size of the participants here that are not even here to defend their own report. They mean they don't believe in it. You talk about freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, when a blogger talk about the mad treatment and the suffering that the military are going through in this country, he was being captured and secretly placed behind bars. Luckily for him, somebody saw him. That's why it's another story. He's lying down in hospital. Right here, Guarampa, armed men came there and grabbed a journalist and killed her today. We didn't get none in your report. Okay, I don't know if it's your mentor or other warning that you waited for Barack Obama and Donald Trump to talk. And they brought a bomb on our village there. What were the casualties there? Who all died? What's happened there? Who we lost? We need to know. And today you need to give us clarity of how our fathers, people we depend on. You brought in 100 to 200 Marines to man you, to train your country. We're all ECOWAS, the father of ECOWAS, we're all the nation knowing how this process is going or how we can help ourselves. And we count on you. And you tell us Liberia, we were lying. But Nigeria, I don't know if you are talking true. So I don't know how to insult my big brothers. But kindly verify this thing. And we count on you for your Lavit. The Lavit, we see here, everybody is reporting. Honorable Speaker, they are not talking about the money that we need. The last time we had a constraint here because Nigeria did not pay. Have they paid the Lavit? Where are we standing with them? We need to know. Thank you.
Mic drop moment. That's what I call that. Okay? You don't come here and try to, it's like I said, he wants to get a report. Yes, he should. Talk to the people there. Yeah, but for you to call them liars or for you to somebody wanting to be what? Asking for accountability when you I mean, who are you when you're not even speaking? You're speaking your own doctrine. You're not practicing it. You know, the guy. Oh, they lying. A lawmaker speaking the truth. What do you know about Liberia? How do you know? What? But anyways, this is why Jacket needed to be removed, and he was. Thank God. What he doing now? They that's a good thing for him.
You want me to go first?
Go.
Mama Brice Mesa. Mama Brice Mesa. She just behaved like I don't know. I'm looking for the word to use.
Yeah.
She just behaved like some kind of fussy crew woman, right? That because the mentor, you say you omit a very important thing in your report, you want to take tit for tat, which is very childish from my.
No, it's not childish. Calling out hypocrisy is not childish.
Let me finish. It's childish because the first thing she should know that they were wrong for not putting nothing in a report. If you are wrong, why would you go take to task for anybody? With anybody?
You said she was wrong. She did not say that.
She's wrong. Her friend apologized. If she doesn't want to apologize, she's just another stiff neck. But her friend apologized and say, "Look, it was oversight." Oh, how they call him? The Nima County District Number 1 lawmaker. How they call him? I forget his name.
Tao One-Way.
Tao apologized. He said, "Look, it was an oversight. They should have done it." And Amy, it's clear.
You know, who is Tao
We're
One-Way?
not talking about Amy. We're not talking about street gang go and beat somebody in the street. They might put it in your report. We're not going to talk about when somebody rapes somebody in Moira, they might put it in a report. No. When somebody want to take your land, another country come against you and want to take your land, why should that be omitted from your report, Amy? And then we come here one time and say, and somebody go talk against the government and they grab him, they carry the corner to be. Now they don't put in a report.
You talk about freedom of speech.
This is
about freedom of speech.
Amy, yes, freedom of speech, yeah, but
That's
She's
what she
not
gave me
accusing the
that
government.
example.
Listen, Amy, she's not accusing the government of being the one that called the man a beating. She did not say that. She said he was caught. He was called a beating. If we are being angry mob or somebody else. But they want is the government taking action against someone for speaking out. Amy?
The government did not take action against Jega Koloba. Do not mislead the public. His colleagues
The government did.
His colleagues took action against him.
Who the colleagues work for? Amy? Who the colleagues work for?
Oh, now
they
you
work for
want
the government. They are government officials. They took action against the government officials.
All right, now you're saying it.
Nobody sat to their house. Nobody sat to their house and removed Jega. The government did. The government did. All those who have took the action, they are government officials. They did. So you cannot tell me, say, the government did not take action. The government did. So let me move away from that. So for your government being mute, and somebody come out and say, oh, my people, the government don't want to tell you, but this is what's happening. And then you remove the person, and we're not even telling the Liberian people, that man lied. This is the case. You say anything. Your government did not say, oh, what's happening? They just removing and then problem finished.
Wow.
Jega Koloba is removed now. Yeah, but what it is, when Jega Koloba has been removed now, has the problem been solved? No. Has President Boubacar mustered the courage to speak to us? No, he hasn't. He hasn't. And then you want people that also are. That's why they are listening to Jega Koloba, because the first man in the country is not speaking. That's why they were listening to me, because the first man in the country is not speaking. Once the person who's supposed to speak is not speaking, when anybody speaks, that the person will listen to it, because we care about that country, we care about the problem that country faces. So when the president refuses to speak and somebody speaks, and because the president spoke, you want to punish them, then it's freedom of speech. Now what you are trying to muffle. Now, it's not okay, Amy.
No.
It's not okay today. It's not going to be okay tomorrow, and never will it be okay.
No, John said a lot
What the government did was wrong.
John said a lot of things that doesn't even add up. That don't add up. He said that the woman saying something is not what the man saying is not somebody go get mobbed. Why would she even point out a journalist getting arrested for freedom of speech if somebody else did it, not the government? Does that make any sense? Who will be silencing a journalist for freedom of speech? Is there people in your looking town? Or that government, when the government do something like they say, oh, government is silencing somebody for freedom of speech. Have you ever seen surveillance doing something like that? And somebody say, oh, yeah, they're silencing the person for freedom of speech? That you want to contact us, because they didn't spell it out, there's something there. She knows what she's talking about. She's not just speaking out of her head. And you telling her,
doesn't know what she's speaking about.
In the northern part of Nigeria, that is not something that...
Do you know how to use the word impartial?
You telling us that terrorists killing people, attacking, killing religious, Christian, or whatever, or people that burning and something. That is not something that ECHO was supposed to be concerned about, that she's supposed to speak about being in the report. That's something that happening in the neighborhood between something and that's it, with gunmen attacking terrorists. That's not something she's supposed to point out. That's supposed to be in a report. Is that what she's talking about? The woman is not talking about he's asking for a report. But he had no right to call anybody a liar. He's not in a place to do that. He has no right to do that. That's what she's calling him out on his BS, on his hypocrisy. That is not childish. What's wrong with you? You want to come here and call me just that when you got a bigger problem? I need to put in the bungee on the river bank of our land. And when they get tired, when they finish doing everything they're doing, they will go. But you got people dying, hundreds of people every day. And then you got a whole country, another country coming in your country. ECHO was not supposed to know about that, George. That's like neighborhood stuff that happening. Come on, man. Their whole, I don't know. And first of all, he said, because you guys spoke the truth, the government told people why you guys did it, they're removing. That is another blatant lie. And you lying, and everybody else that you want to something, they will not something. First of all, Yeke, they told you what Yeke did with treasonous. Yeke spoke against, he took another country over his country. That's what he did. It's not because he said something. Everybody have been talking nonsense around, but they're getting bulletin and you're not seeing them removing somebody. It's because of what he said. That he had no clue about. And he got somebody who's sitting on the other side of the continent repeating the nonsense that he's saying. That's what they're removing. They don't just remove. They told everybody that. When you're trying to make it a thing about him insulting President Boubacar, They try to make it like, oh, he did it, we had to, and he do it or something. They explain to you. We explain to you over and over, and we'll continue to say it. You refuse to listen. You refuse to get it something. So nobody should come here and come say, oh, they just removed your get. They didn't tell why they removed your get. That is a lie. Let's not do that. We have not been living under the rock. We're all outside of the rock. We're not cavemen and women anymore. We know what's going on. Like you said, everybody, the world is a global village now. So no, I'm not saying that man is wrong for asking for a report if they want to know what's going on. That is that right. But the extra icing he was putting over the cake, that's where he went wrong. He doesn't know anything about Liberia or Yeke knowledge of Liberia for him to be quoting that as a fact, as a factual statement. No, you're not supposed to do that. And that's why he got rained on. Just so you know. So
okay, so let me come in.
Yeah, let's close up and go home.
Yeah, let's close up. Yeah. So Amy, look, I'm hearing myself. Okay, good now. So the thing is that we all have divergent views, and it's okay, you know. And I don't seek to be right, but I seek my view to be heard. And my view is that what that lawmaker did for Nigeria was in our interest, because like you and I, we want to know what is the issue. It has been almost 3 months now since the Guineans took over our territory. Our government only told us that they were pursuing diplomatic means.
3 months.
It's about that. That's why I was not specific. And our government told us they were seeking the diplomatic means. Since that time, nothing has been told. And I know, like me, you also want to know, Amy.
I do.
If we have somebody questioning our people to tell them what happened, what is going on, what is the progress, and for us to get vexed with the question, I think it's just foolhardy for anyone to do that. To get angry with somebody because the person asking questions, say, what is happening? What is the progress report on this thing? Because we were here, we wrote a strong letter against Guinea. That what they did was bad. And for you to sit here and be angry with a man because he asked questions.
Oh, wow.
And in that same line, no, Amy, because that's what you did. Because, Amy, the man did not just jump and say, why you remove Yaga Koloba? No, he started with the border issue. He said the border issue is very dear to us. We spoke against these people. We want to know. You don't say anything. The only man that said something. So you see the correlation between Yaga Koloba and nothing. He didn't go there to speak up for Yaga Koloba thing, but he said the government is not saying anything about it. The only man that spoke about it, you remove him. Because he was speaking to the people with mental science to move Yaga. So she's supposed to know the reason why she moved Yaga and gave them progress report. So it was in correlation.
That's none of that business.
Wait a minute, that's not business. Why
it's none of that business. What people do?
Why are we paying our lawmakers to go sit down there when they're on their business? Why are we paying lawmakers to go sit
Let
there?
me get that straight for you to conclude on your something. What they do in a House of Parliament in Nigeria is Liberia business.
Amy, that's not Nigeria Parliament there.
I'm not talking about that. You said they're supposed to get report why they removed you again. So I said it's none of his business.
No, it's his business, Amy. It's his business.
No, it's not.
It is a business.
It's not his business. That was something that was doing in the House of Parliament in Liberia. How is that his business?
Once it affects a nation, it's their business.
It doesn't affect any nation.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
No, injustice. Listen, Amy. Injustice, one place, injustice everywhere.
To you, your opposition is an injustice. And protecting it because you want to marry him about politics. But actually protecting the nation.
What is the politics here, Amy? What's the politics?
So because you're sitting there to not know that what Yeke did was a wrong.
What Yeke did was not wrong. It will only be wrong when the president can come up and tell us the truth. We can only.
So you don't know the truth. That Yeke, you waiting to tell you the truth, really, Josh? That Yeke, you can learn from now. I'm saying that Yeke is your educator now about Liberia, about everywhere now. That Yeke, you can listen to.
You're not listening. You're not listening. You just want to respond to me. You're not listening. I said until the president can come and tell the truth. And I say that Yeke telling the truth.
You say that's what you said.
No, Amy, you're not listening. That's the problem. I said
until the president is not talking, so you believe what Yeke said. That's what you said.
Amy,
So that you
unless
can say the
unless
truth.
you listen to me, you will not get me. I am telling you that until the president can come out and tell the truth, what Yaga said, we believe it. You
What's the
understand it?
difference for?
Oh yes. Oh, it's a difference. Amy.
Same
It's
thing.
funny
I
for you
just
because
say
you're not
you
grasping
said
it.
no.
You're not grasping the whole structure that I'm performing here. So what I'm saying is that once the president refused to speak, they said silence a concern. A concern. So when you cannot speak to this thing and somebody speak to it, we believe that person. Like for instance, Amy, you and myself come from to your house, we go on the street. Anything I say about you, and you say it under the bubble, people will believe me, right? When I say, hey, they can't cook to our house, and then you say no, Josh is lying. I can cook. I even cook from whatever the day who left the house. And you say that there, the bubble, people will believe me, right? Because I come from the same house, Amy, in here. So that's why I'm saying that unless President Bwakai can come out and tell the nation the first lie he told us that Guinea was going back and Guinean team, we want to know exactly what's happening. And once you cannot say it, that means what Yeke said was true. That word analogy there. It's simple. So until President
of
Bwakai
all
can
people
come out,
now, that's what I'm saying.
what?
Even if you're not getting the truth for the president, of all people, that what you get say is true. Got you. Go ahead.
Amy,
And
what should hold the president from telling us the truth? What is stopping
you must say that go there. Go ahead. You say you get
but
the truth.
that's a simple thing. That means the president is hiding something. That's why he's not speaking. This president is hiding something. And guess what? The way I see it, we're born down to exactly what Yeke said. And the shame will be on Bwaka. Because once he's not speaking, we know that something is wrong. Because the first lie he told was that the people were leaving. And before we knew it, the people were there and they built 2 houses now. They will soon be building whole town there.
Okay.
When they finish building whole town, that time he will come to tell us, oh, like they finish building town, so we just leave them to be there. That's what he will say to us. So we want to make sure that he speaks to the nation. If he doesn't speak to the nation, if you cannot defend our country and that's the oath you took, you shouldn't be president. When you cannot defend our land against foreign incursion, he should not be president. And that's why we need to start telling him, because he cannot be quiet perpetually on an issue that affects our country's security. Thank you. But is that my closing? Is that my closing?
Yeah, that closing with them.
So let me close properly. So Amy, it's a wonderful show. You know, one of the things is that we all have different ideas how we want it to happen. But what I want to say is that this is my view. I stand by it. I feel that this question is hiding something from us.
You talking like you don't know apology.
And what happened to Yaya Koloba in Nima County? While he was stoned, the vehicle was
that was staged. That was fake. He staged that thing to be talked about on Spoon Talk the next day. Please.
So
it was staged.
So when he went to Aligos Registry, it was staged as well.
What? And the Zanakomis were there. We saw it. How many people you saw stewing over there? How many people you saw stewing over there?
The superintendent of Nima County, the superintendent, the thing that she wrote, it also was staged too.
What did she write? She doesn't know you get staged yet. They did not go consult her to say, oh,
you that
stage
in America, you that you get station, but the woman who living in Nima County, who in the town he was in, she doesn't know that he's stationed. But you that in America, you know that he's stationed.
Because I know how you operates to get attention.
So she doesn't know. She read in that town. She read in the city that it happened.
She's doing a diplomatic thing. That's what she's supposed to do. She's not supposed to put nobody paying you no man.
All right, Amy. One day, people will say you station too.
Let me do my own closing. Just give me and say I said the man wrong for asking question after I even said 10,000 times he's right if you want to get a report. But the things he said after that was the one that was wrong. Still, Josh came by and said, I said, you know how somebody will be sitting down somewhere and you trying to lie on them. I don't get it. I don't get it. How I'll be sitting right here and you trying to lie on me when I already told you. And nobody, you know why? You should know President Bwakai by now. Y'all don't care about what happened to that border. Y'all want to play politics. Y'all were telling the men to go fight war. Y'all had no care. You didn't care about what happened to people around our borders. You say he was scared, he was there. Why should I be talking to people like that? If you working on a diplomatic, somebody working behind the scene, you don't come and security issue and be telling everybody. You just talk about the NSA. Yeah, that's a security issue. What would you something anyways? You can't open your mouth and say anything. They will still get opposite reaction to it. Oh no, he lying. Oh no, this. What a Bwaga tells you something or not, George, your first protection, your first something should be Liberia, to be protecting Liberia, not to be acting like you against Liberia, because I'm not George, we are sitting there as president. Give me a break here where you wanting to know. Who cares? Who should care? Who's sitting there? If you care about your land, you care about Liberia, you love Liberia, somebody comes in to right to your riverbed, and you will sit here and be talking about because I'm Bwaga, because I'm Bwaga president, you'll be saying everything that you say this person is right. And you won't put somebody on your back when they're calling out that hypocrisy. Then you won't kind of talk about that childish, that this. Nobody's saying that he doesn't have the right, but he doesn't have the right to tell whether somebody telling the truth or not. What does he know about that? He doesn't know. The same way how you want to know, you ask question and they will tell you. You don't go and stand there and talk about, because somebody said it. In Nigeria, they don't play politics there. They don't play politics in Nigeria. But the only difference is that they leave that one when it's in a politics. They play when it's something. Well, we never see any country coming against Nigeria for them to something. But he would not believe that some silly person will want to do something against his own country to be something, because he doesn't know where the boundaries of politics ends when it comes to his country. That's why he thinks Yege is something. Therefore, you, George, to sit here and see Yege as your man of honesty today, that is very laughable. They see Yege that when you say, Joe, we have Jigato, Joe, we have this one, you want to flip the table around, you want to do this, you want to call today, because we're not talking about your country or what he said against your country, but you focus on because President Bwaga is president. That's what I tell you. You don't love Liberia. You love your political leader then, that you're in your political party then. That's what it is to you. You'll come in, stay there, and fake. Oh yeah, he on your side now. When Henry Costa was talking, he was on the boy. Henry Costa said he teamed up with CDC. You didn't even know that I was some of your down for it. They were celebrating it. They were loving it. If you preach again what you get there, you claim that because he's something President Bwaga, that what people something, and not because of what he's doing against the country. How could you sit here and say that with somebody saying something like that? And you're talking about the truth, and ain't not the truth. You don't know history. You don't know about that person that you get is your educator now because he's sitting as a lawmaker.
I mean, you are comfortable, even though you don't know the situation of the border. You don't love Liberia. For you to be comfortable here, sitting down, comfortable, and not knowing what is happening at the border, and you are so comfortable. You don't love
Liberia. Who you are comfortable? That's not what I said.
You are comfortable. That's why you don't even fear. You don't even question the president to tell what happened.
I never told you that.
You are not. You are comfortable, Amy. That's why you blasting the people that want to know. That's why you are blasting the people that want to know
what I am. When I'm calling you on your, you don't tell me what I am. I'm not telling you say I'm comfortable. That's not what I said. Even when I tell you say this person has the right to ask for it, you still come out and say, "Oh, Amy said this person does not have the right." Amy mad with the person, so I don't even know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You and I sat here today.
He's in a movie with
no, I need to ask you because maybe I need to speak something that you understand. Because even what I'm saying, after I told you, yeah, it is true. You need to know, but not everything they have to tell you. The president said what he had to say. He feel like when it's time, he will come back and say what needs to be said. What he need to tell us. He told us that they're doing diplomatic. He going to diplomatic channel. What else do you want to know from him? You want him to, if the diplomatic channel had not finished it had not healed any free or they still doing it. You want for him to come to you every day. Oh, we went to the back door. We went in the other scene around her. We sat down and we're talking.
Of
and
course.
Then we keep back, and then they want no,
that is duty. That is duty.
That's not how it works.
We don't want details. We don't want details.
After he get a result of something and come talk to you. Come talk to the country. They did that, and this is the fruit that this is the result they got from that. That's what he's supposed to do. You're not supposed to be coming on you, then you come sit down on Facebook all day and play politics out of it and make it worse. And then no, that's not how it works, George. Stop fooling yourself. Now, Echo has the right to know that. That one that's not money, but you. What he already said something to you. When he feel like it's not just that since the whole thing happened, he haven't said anything. He had was it a press something? No, it wasn't a press something. It was a still kind of like a State of the Nation address or something like that, and told you what was going on.
You didn't address the nation. You didn't address the nation. That Kula Fufana pull something up.
Wow, George. See now, when I tell you, say you're not doing it for Liberia, you want something. I will look for that video and come play it right here tomorrow, so you can be something with your face down. You said President Walker no address the nation.
No.
But then Guinea something, he never addressed the nation, George.
I get my computer right here. He's never been addressed it.
Okay, because of that reason, trust me, we will stay here till we watch that video. Because this is what I said. It's always about got you moment. And that should be, nobody said you shouldn't play your got you moment politics. But this is not just Liberia. This is why I get upset with y'all and get frustrated with y'all. This is a different country going against Liberia. Y'all, something right now, it should be President Walker up. All you want to do. But the way you something there, you're not there for you saying that like you teaming up with Guinea. Oh, it's true. When they say the name for Guinea, it's true. What good would that make you? I mean, what good would it be for you if that was the case? Would it make President Walker, George Weah president today? No, it won't. Okay, so nobody's telling you say you shouldn't get updates, but not every single step they take they can get you update. When they whatever they're doing, he told you what they were doing. That alone should be enough. After they finish doing all of those things, whatever result that comes from out of it, then he will come and tell you. So I don't get it. If that Echo is complaining, it shouldn't be you. Like I'm looking for that video. So you can, Sonia, you've seen that video before, but you want to come here and say you didn't see it. So you can be nitpicking what to watch. When you talk about the door parable, then you can watch all of it.
I saw a press statement. I did not see any video of President Bouaga speaking to the nation. I saw a press statement that was published on the Executive Mansion website.
Okay.
I did not see President Bouaga address the nation on that.
You did. We talked about it and everything.
Bring it. I want to see it. I'm really keen. I'm really keen.
But we did because we talked about it. That's what I'm saying.
No, it doesn't exist. I mean, just check.
It doesn't exist?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll put it out. Go ahead and be something I told you.
So the thing is that the reason when I question your patriotism, it's not because
you shouldn't, my dear, because no lawyer did no party like you.
Well, it's debatable because I think you owe more loyalty to the president and then Liberia.
Because of what he's doing in my country, that I would have all loyalty to the George Weah if he had done something right.
He's not doing anything for that, for you behaving like that, because
I would have only seen loyalty to the George Weah.
I'm still waiting for you. I want to see that video. I want to see that video. Yeah, please find it, because the thing is that, can you imagine you are criticizing people who are asking the president to make report to us as the Liberians?
I never, people. You see, that after I even repeat myself, you coming back again saying the same.
It baffles me that even
I said I need to find a tribe that you can understand so I can speak it to you.
Well, I can understand Grebo quite well. I don't understand Loma. I'm a Loma man, but I don't understand Loma, but I can understand Grebo quite well. So when you speak Grebo, yeah, you myself will get inside. Yeah, the fish are Grebo, the bush Grebo, I can speak it. I can understand it.
I need to learn it for you.
Yeah, you need to learn it, because your behavior here is very dangerous to our national security. Yeah, for the well-being of our country, your behavior is very dangerous. Yeah, because for you to come up here, for somebody to say why our lawmakers did not make the report on these things that happen in their country that concern the whole region, because our country against another country, so, and then you say you must mind business. That's not a business.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what you are saying, Amy.
No,
Because
I did not say that. Why you keep saying that? I keep telling you that's not what I said.
The reason why I think that's what you say because they did not come out and say.
Don't put any reason to what I said. Say
Yeah,
exactly
Amy,
what I said.
listen.
No, I'm not listening. Don't try to allow me to say listen.
Okay, Amy, let me finish your talk. I said the man did not come out and say why I remove Yaka Koloba. He did not say that. He did not say that.
He said that.
Yeah, he did not say that. The first thing he said is that something happened in your country. We address it here in this parliament. We blasted Guinea. We wrote a strong letter to Guinea.
I heard him.
How come you're making reports and not in a report at all? Is the problem solved? Because from the last time we heard a lawmaker who you're saying anything, the lawmaker that says something about it, you're removing him. That's what he said. So it was intertwined.
Because what? Don't make me play that video again. Say exactly what he said. Don't try to.
He said, and I will not be verbatim, but I will say exactly how I heard
don't paraphrase it.
In my own words. Listen, in my own words, yeah, because I was taught in school that when somebody explains something to you, write it the way you understand it.
Hey, good boy, that's what they told you.
Exactly.
Misquote the person. Yeah. They told you to misquote the person in writing it in your own term.
Amy, you want to play the video?
Yes, I found a video to prove how much biased you are against your own country. When it comes to Joe Biden, then the whole world must stop. Listen well. This is the 55th time you've seen that video. Listen.
Regarding the situation along our border with the Republic of Guinea, as President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Liberia, it is my duty to keep the Liberian people informed and to assure you that the peace and security of our nation remain my top priorities.
Thank you for telling us your duty.
In recent days, concerns have emerged as a result of development along parts of our shared border in the Salamba area, Foya District, Lufa County. These developments have understandably attracted not only our attention of our citizens living in the border communities, but also being sensitive to the opinion of wider Liberian public. I want to assure the Liberian people that our government has been fully engaged and is responsibly managing the situation with calm and determination. From the very outset, the government of Liberia took immediate steps to de-escalate the situation by addressing it through peaceful diplomatic means. We have engaged directly with the government of Guinea to establish diplomatic channels. In addition, we have worked closely with our sister Republic of Sierra Leone within the framework of the Mana River Union to ensure that dialogue and cooperation guide our actions. Following these engagements, the leaders of Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone have reaffirmed our collective commitment to peace and stability along our shared borders. Through this understanding, all parties have agreed to work toward restoring the status quo and ensuring that our border communities continue to live in peace and uphold mutual respect and trust. I am encouraged that the government of Guinea has issued instructions for its forces to return to their previous positions along the border. This is an important step toward de-escalation and demonstrate a shared recognition that peace and stability must always guide our action. At the same time, our security institutions, including the Armed Forces of Liberia, the Liberia National Police, and other joint security agencies, remain vigilant and professional in carrying out their duties. They are working closely with the local authorities and communities to maintain calm while the diplomatic efforts continue. I also wish to express my appreciation to the regional and international partners who have reached out in recent days to encourage, restrain, and peaceful engagement. Friends of Liberia across Africa and around the world, including leaders within the
listen for now, you come out and say you here.
No,
see, this is what I'm saying. You're not in it for Liberia because you want to be judged. We talked about this.
We want periodic updates.
No, that's not how it works. Now, what you want is how government works. Now, what you want. That's not how it works. What you want is propaganda and politics preaching. That's what you want.
Government gives people updates.
This is an update that you need to know. Like I said, it's not going to be 2 months.
That's not a responsible government.
Oh, now how many times they want you fight whatever? How many times you to speak?
I'm talking about anybody. I'm talking about
okay. Oh, but now you want to hold somebody. You couldn't hold accountable, but you want to hold somebody
we're not going to hold anybody accountable. We are not holding anybody accountable except the government. This is the government who hold accountable. We're not going to go behind or front. We hold this people accountable now.
They call it being a hypocrite.
No,
if you didn't know how to do it before, why you want to act like you know it now? If you said this is 1 in 2 months, then we never had it in the other something at all. So at least we got 1 in 2 months. That's good enough. So for you to come here and say, "Oh, he never did," he's something just to prove you wrong. When I say he did, you say, "Oh, I'm in love with this government, with this president," so I would say anything. No, I told you I owe no loyalty to nobody. I don't have any reason to lie about President Tukanya and lie for President Boakai. No, I like what he's doing with my country. I mean, it's not 100% yet, but I love the stance that he's taking. He's not worried about 2029. He's not worried about people jumping all around the place saying whatever. He focused and doing what he's supposed to do. And anybody who does that, I don't care who you are, what party you come from, you're my man. That's how I look at it. So I don't have to come here and lie for him say he did this if he didn't do it. So I'm so glad when I key that stuff in, I was able to come up with this video. So that was the person work I did update the country. It's not every day that, like I said, when they heal fruit, whatever they're doing, he lay it out. And that's what we've been seeing. Local leaders and stuff, they've been interacting. They've been doing, that's what we've been seeing, what he describing here. So why isn't that enough? Why should they come like when they're going, they're going to put border in, they're going, we're putting whatever we're doing, no, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. You got national security issue, and that is national security the way they're handling it. And you got to respect that. If you can respect stealing money, national security, you got to respect it. This one here. Don't be nitpicking. When to respect something.
If you not get conviction and then you say stealing money, it's just a politics you playing.
Okay, we know.
You not get conviction.
We know. we got conviction. They got 3. Not we. I'm not part of the legal system, but they got 3.
Let's see how it lasts. But
they
anyway,
got 3 convictions.
It was good. When are we coming back here again? When are we coming back?
Why you gotta answer that? maybe look at it. I'm thinking welcome tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow
I'll be available. Saying something, but I'm not.
I'm going to check. Yeah. So we got a spot.
We gotta go. We want to thank you so much for being on here, guys.
That's all behind the stage. Yeah.
Listening to
guys, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, Fake Electronic.
Thank you. He said happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And Lane Lakwa was here, but I think he left already. Thank you, Lane. Thank you, guys, and have a wonderful time. And we love you guys.
That is not commenting, we thank you too. Continue to share the show. We appreciate you, and we'll see you guys willing tomorrow or Sexy Electronic. You might.
He said the UP government fool us.
People fool us, so you want
People lie to us. The government betrayed us.
They can lie, they can
cheat, they can lie, they can cheat. When they aiming some vote, they lie.
Oh my
The
God,
government
that's
blew us.
crazy.
The government lied to us.
I can be
The
enjoying
government
this laughing all day. I like it.
Oh, guys.
I like the video when the man study they used to take the pool anybody.
Oh God.
I said that's what I do. Like, bro, that's what anyone do. Oh, God. Anyways, good night, guys. Have a great night.
Guys. Have a wonderful
All you
time.
ladies, have a great Mother's Day. If we don't see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, Amy, I hope you get someone to take you out, to give you a nice gift.